his Father before all worlds, God of God, light of light, very God of very God, begotten, not made, being of one substance with the Father, by whom all things were made, who for us men and for our salvation came down from heaven and was incarnate by the Holy Ghost of the Virgin Mary, and was made man, and was crucified also for us under Pontius Pilate. Ascended into heaven, and sitteth on the right hand of the Father, and he shall come again with glory, to judge both the quick and the dead, whose kingdom shall have no end. And I believe in the Holy Ghost, the Lord and giver of life, who proceedeth from the Father and the Son, who with the Father and the Son together is worshipped and glorified, who spake by the prophets. And I believe one holy Christian and apostolic church. I acknowledge one baptism for the remission of sins, and I look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. In one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, and of all things visible and invisible, and in one Lord Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son of God, begotten of his Father before all worlds, God of God, light of light, very God of very God, begotten, not made, being of one substance with the Father, by whom all things were made, who for us men and for our salvation came down from heaven and was incarnate by the Holy Ghost of the Virgin Mary, and was made man, and was crucified also for us under Pontius Pilate. He suffered and was buried, and the third day he rose again according to the Scriptures, and ascended into heaven, and sitteth on the right hand of the Father, and he shall come again with glory, to judge both the quick and the dead, whose kingdom shall have no end. And I believe in the Holy Ghost, the Lord and giver of life, who proceedeth from the Father and the Son.
There we go. Need to get my mic in frame here. There we go. Okay. That's much better.
That's much better. All right. So let's go ahead and start inviting people. Actually, we're going to stand up for this. All right, there we go. That's right, we want to do something like this. Or how's the camera look on that? Oh, that's looking good. It's not looking bad. Hey, ding dong. What's up, Galactic? What's going on, boss man? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So, we'll hope for another Twitch streamer that averages 100 people a stream. We'll hope for another one of those tonight, yeah? We'll hope for another one of those tonight.
Hello, Internet.
Hey, what's up, Star Wars?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
I just got done helping someone fix a shader issue and
Nice.
figured it was late enough it wasn't worth putting on VR.
That's fine. I
But
get that.
I forgot that today's Bible study night, so I actually
Yes.
get to pull up a Bible on my computer
Boom.
and not have like. It's easier to go between tabs that way if I'm.
Yeah, no, it's
messed up.
good. Perfect. All right, so let's start inviting people here.
Okay, I'll see you in the back.
All right, perfect. Oh, let me get the jams on here because this is super boring. So, be better to listen to some music while we're doing this. Let's hear play here. All right, there we go. Man, I need to get one of those little like cable suspender things, man. Ugh. Do I need like a belt? That's what I need. Do I have a belt around here? Oh. Bummer face. I don't think I got any bolts. Let's see. I don't know. Is it long enough? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Is it long enough? Snapskis. I think that's gonna work real quick. Hold up. I just hate like the feeling of the cord like dragging you down. I got enough life and I got enough things in life that are dragging me down. I don't need a cord on addition to that. No, I don't want that over there like that either. Go over like this a little bit. Oh goodness. It's actually just too short. Nope, that's not going to do anything. All right, I give up. I give up. Trying to get this cable management going on here.
Hiya.
Hey, what's going on? Private Honda.
Well, I have an update.
Update. Tell me the update.
So, I figured out why the Marines are taking so long with my paperwork.
Why is that?
So, apparently, the Navy is still viewing my paperwork, and so the Marines and the Navy are playing tug-of-war with my paperwork.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so it's almost like now I gotta pick. Like, do I go with the Marines who seem to put in the effort to get me in for a shorter time? Or do I go with the Navy, who I first started with, but
dude, listen,
just kind of sat around?
You know what? I tell you what. I'll tell you what I was gonna if I was making that choice. Marine Corps all the way, dude. You just sound impressive being a Marine. Like there's a prestige that goes with that. It's not really the same as being a sailor. Like I mean, if you're a sailor, thank you for your service. That's great. But if you're a United States Marine, that's like instant. That's like instant credit in my book. So I always wanted to. I was going to go in the Army, but because there are no Marine Corps chaplains. They're all Navy guys. And so I didn't want to be like a Navy chaplain. I wanted to be something that, had infantry kind of, infantry status. So, So yeah, dude, I always thought the Marine Corps was just so impressive. I went to go visit the Marine Corps when I was in like Boy Scouts and stuff like that, and they're just so squared away. Like they're just, I don't know, I just find the Marine Corps very impressive.
Alright.
So if it takes you a little bit longer, dude, no biggie.
Yeah. And I think my old belief was, whoever takes me first.
Yeah, there you go.
But now it's like, now they're, practically fighting over my paperwork.
Well, that's kind of fun. Have you been to MEPS yet, Honda?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I never even actually got the chance to.
Yeah, I forgot.
They submitted my medical work, and then I didn't even go up. They just told me, look, your waiver's been rejected, and they've left me at that.
Attacking us because we called
Sorry, I missed that last sentence. What did you say?
instead of plasters.
They just kind of... I didn't even go to MEPS. They just told me,
So bad.
that I was rejected, my paperwork's been denied, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, they just
Is the
left it
Marine
at that.
Corps or the Navy that said
And
this?
actually, it was the Army that told me that first, and
I'd get a waiver.
When I
like
tried
a lot of
again
this
the
stuff
second
can get
time.
wavered. Yeah, or waived.
better than plasters.
yeah. But when I went in the second time, they asked me, why haven't you given up yet?
It's, I mean, that's, what do you
Yeah.
call it? You call them Q-tips.
Hello, Pastor.
It's like,
Hey,
You caught
what's
me with
going
my
on, actor?
sister, actually.
Oh,
You caught me
well,
with my
welcome.
sister on VRChat.
Well, welcome.
We call them Q-tips. Because capitalism, baby.
Glad to hear. Sorry, by the way, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to invite like 200 people.
This is a virtual church where Pastor Brock gives virtual passion.
I'm okay with it.
He's a very
Are
good
we gonna learn?
Maybe.
Yo, if it,
I mean, there's never too late to learn something at church.
It's the name.
Oh,
What? Oh, Jesus. Band-aids.
he's naked.
I forgot about
What was
I
it?
don't think there's supposed to be naked people at church.
I think there is.
That's a different
That's
kind of
better,
church.
but it's better than
Alright,
plastic.
come on, let's go inside.
Okay.
It still sounds so bad. Oh, I got caught. Can you give me some plasters, please? Oh, I can't do plasters.
Oh, I love this track. This is a good track. By the way, chat, give me 1 second. Sorry, I can't really look at what's going on. I have to get all these invites out. So, give me 1 sec. I'll get to you.
I'll copy this, sir. Okay then.
I came here to learn about the word of God.
you want to copy this one?
Oh no, I'm cool. It was cool though. Thank you.
Shit. I don't know, you should ask him. When you
Here, if you want me to, I can stand out here and make sure that nothing happens out here like last time.
Hey, yeah,
Got
no.
some more friends coming.
No. Hey, what's up? Hey, Brad, dude. Hey, Brad. Dude, let me just say, bro.
Yeah, how you
like,
doing,
dude,
bud?
thank you so much for like connecting me with like all your friends and stuff, bro. Like that, I'm super grateful for that, dude. Like that's a blessing. Like the more people we can connect with, like the better. So I'm just really appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. Got a few repeaters.
Nice. Hey, what's up, Ron? All right.
Babes, hey.
Hey, Pastor Brock.
Hey, what's up, fam?
What's up, homie?
Not much, dude. All right, we're gonna get started here in just a minute. So if everybody wants to head on back, hey, big boy, welcome back, bro.
Yo, what's up, Pastor Braun? Well, I just wanted to come say hi because I'm actually my stuff actually is about to die. Was actually dead. So
That's all right, man. You got your six-shooter on your
I just wanted
hip,
to say hey.
ready to
Yeah, you like it?
ready to,
Yeah.
to be the law in the
Big
wild,
iron on
wild
my
west.
whip and everything. You
I
know?
like it, dude. I like
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, well, no, dude.
But yeah,
Thanks for dropping
I
by,
thought
man.
You guys
This
have like
church.
amazing stuff.
Well, you know, yeah, it's okay, but the thing is, it's a little bit more optimized, and so you know, like that's why I went with this one. But I don't know, I mix it up. I know it's not like the most impressive of churches, but my friend Impala, she made this. Bun made this exactly, and so I'm really grateful.
Bun in a
That
while?
she was the. I haven't talked to her in forever. Actually, I need to talk to her. But no, it's super optimized, and so that's why I think you know it's good. It's good in that regard. So yes. Anyways, all right, let's go. If you do see Bun, tell her I said hi. Appreciate her work and.
Pastor Brock, I'm gonna head out.
All right, big boy.
You guys
Take care,
enjoy
boss.
yourselves.
Stand out here.
Appreciate
so
you,
nothing
friend.
happens.
Come and say hi.
Thanks. Hey,
right, peace,
hi to your peeps too. See ya.
His name is Ted.
All right, let's go. Let's go on back, friends. Let's go on back.
Okay, never mind. I guess we're going.
We're going in the back here. All right. Alright, let me get a little swig. Dude, I am so stoked about tonight, man. Like, we got some great content to get through. Oh, my word. First of all, let me make sure I got chat up so I say hi to chat. Oh, snap. What's going on, everybody? Helianthus in the house. Theta, what's going on, friends?
Yeah.
What are they talking about? Such avatars aren't surviving the deletion check via reporting of users if they really were.
Okay.
Material Arrow, what's going on, friend? So, dude, I'm so excited. This is some of my favorite content because I'm a history major. Like, I was a history major in undergrad, and so we're getting into some history tonight. And also, like, there gets to some questions of like why we should believe the Bible and like a whole host of other things. So, yeah. So this is just gonna be some great stuff. I gotta remember. I'm gonna boost my mic a little bit. I'm not gonna lean so much into the mic because I hit my face against the microphone, and that's obnoxious. All right, so hopefully is this sounding good for you guys? Everybody okay, voice wise?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yes.
All right.
It sounds...
So all right, just give me 1 second to get my notes up here. All right. Type this in.
It's a sprinkler.
So how's everybody doing, by the way? Everybody doing okay? Anybody having any anything we need to talk about and everything going okay?
No, good.
Good.
Well, I mean, I told you what was going on
And I'm glad
just
that-
outside.
Right. Yeah. No doubt.
I'm thankful for that.
So one of the things I like to start off with on Tuesday nights is if you have a stump the pastor question. Basically, if you've got anything that you're like super you know, you're like a question that you don't think's compatible with Christianity, or you think there's like a question that's going to stump me that I won't have an answer to, then I invite you to stump the pastor. And don't feel obligated. Of course, we're gonna get right into the Nicene Creed. If you don't have any stump the pastor questions, don't rack your brain. But if you had something you were thinking about this week or this month or even this year, I'll be there for you. But
Challenge accepted.
yes.
Pull up exact wording of the question.
Okay.
Consider many circles of radius 1, arranged with partial overlap such that there are no gaps in adjacent circles. Find the optimal arrangement technique spacing adjacent circles.
Wait, are you? What kind of question is this? Are you dropping me? No, but this has to be of a theological nature. You can't just stump me with anything. You see.
Let's go rid of pie. Go.
He
All
needs
right.
help with his homework.
He needs help with his homework. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's actually just a puzzle I invented.
Puzzle. Okay. Yeah. No, we're not. No. Not that kind of question. All right. So let's do like a little rehash. Remember, so the last couple weeks we've been looking at the Ten Commandments. Oh, did you have a question over there? Use. Yeah. Fire away, friend.
Hi. So
Hi.
Do you believe in science?
I do believe in science, yes. And so we actually talk a lot about science in my channel. We talk about I'm especially interested in objecting to the theory of abiogenesis, right? The idea that non-living things could just on their own give rise to living things. I think when you look at the complexity of even the first cell, the most basic of self-replicating cells, cells that can repeat themselves, the technology that's involved in that is way more advanced than even we can do. Like we can't create our own self-replicating cell. So why should all the king's horses and all the king's men of science not be able to do something that we believe mindless matter, right? Just matter is able to do. So yeah, so we talk about science a lot, in fact. So yeah, hopefully that made sense.
I don't think fish could have the legs to walk out of the sea.
Yeah, well, a lot, even like most evolutionary biologists wouldn't put it quite like that. But yeah, no, that's good. That's good too. Yeah, I think like the idea also like a lot of I don't want to go too far down this road, but one of the things that I find kind of sus, to use the language, since we got Flopfish looking like from Among Us a little bit kind of there. What I find kind of sus is the idea that a whale most evolutionary biologists believe that a whale is actually like a cow-like creature that eventually evolved to live in the sea. It was like a land cow and then came into the sea. But anyway, so I find that a little sus, to use the language of Among Us. But anyways, I digress. So we were talking about the Ten Commandments last couple sessions, right, which are kind of God's law for our life. And we talked about how none of us keeps up with the Ten Commandments, right? We all fall short of the Ten Commandments. And this is why we need a savior, right? The entire purpose of Jesus is not to be, a buddy of the people who have got all their stuff together. No, quite to the contrary. Jesus is a savior for sinners, right? And we're all sinners. We're all in need of God's forgiveness and mercy and reconciliation. So yeah. Okay. And so that's like the basic gospel. I think we had some notes up here too. Right, so we talked about like John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. And we looked at, I think we looked briefly at Ephesians 2 last week. Let's look at this again. This is a very important verse. For by grace you have been saved through faith. Okay, let's break that down for a second. Grace is when God kind of like comes down to earth to help us, right? Like the dictionary definition of grace is like, imagine like a parent coming down to help their child to walk, right? That's what God does to us. He bends down. I'll get to chat in just 1 second, guys. He bends down to help us, right? And to help us to live this life, to help us to and forgive us and all of those things. So for by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not of your own doing, right? We don't save ourselves. This is not of your own doing. It is the gift of God, not a result of works. In other words, you didn't earn God's love. You didn't earn God's salvation. Not a result of works, so that no one may boast, right? So nobody gets to say, hey, bro, look how holy I am. Check me out. I'm so awesome. I got into heaven by my really good deeds and my plethora of services at the soup kitchen. Like, no, none of us are good enough. We all fall short, and that's why we need Jesus. Okay. So that's kind of a review of where we've been for the last several weeks, and let's move now into some new material. So we're going to be studying the Apostles' Creed. Okay, we're going to study the Apostles' Creed. Does anybody know what the Apostles' Creed is? If you have any familiarity with the Apostles' Creed, how would you describe it? Yeah, go ahead, Ronan.
I'm a Catholic, so I actually know this. It's basically the Catholic's creed, saying that they believe in the Holy Church.
Yep.
That Jesus chose Peter to I'm really bad at explaining this. I apologize, but it kind of like chose Peter to help others understand his words, and that the Catholic Church has the authority to explain the faith.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely how a Roman Catholic would see the creed, and so we have lots of Christians. Some are Roman Catholic in our community, some are not, and so. So I'll take maybe more of a broad kind of take on the creed, but yeah, no, I think that's a fair explanation of how Catholics would probably see the creed. But not a lot of that language of the successor of Peter, i.e. the Pope, in the creed itself. You might, if you're a Catholic, you might see hints of that, but it's not really explicitly stated. Actually, let me get to chat real quick here. So Theta says... there is room for both God. God could have started evolution and then course corrected in his image, Yeah, no, I definitely think I think evolution is definitely a very powerful force in the world. I mean, natural selection is demonstrable, but I think where the issue is can natural selection can like kill off all the long-haired dogs or kill off all the short-haired dogs, right? Like that classic kind of Punnett square kind of fashion. Like it can certainly favor some attributes or others, but does it have the potency to be able to create the wide variety of speciation that we see in the world today? And even atheists are not decided on that fact. Like there was just recently a Yale University professor who came out expressing his doubt, that evolution could create the wide variety of species that we see. I mean, we could get more into that in a little bit, but let me just say that but see, a lot of people just latch onto evolution regardless of how improbable it is because it's the only show in town, right? Like you can't, there's no other naturalistic processes that could really generate such things. And so you have to go with evolution no matter how improbable, to which I would respond by saying, well, maybe the improbability should point to us that we're here with intention, right? And so anyways, we can get more into that in a little bit, but let's get back to the creed. So the word creed comes from the Latin word credo, which means I believe. So, you may have heard in kind of our modern parlance, people, you shouldn't be discriminated against by either your race or where's some of the other ones? Race, ethnicity, or creed, right? So they'll talk about that. So that's just another way of saying you shouldn't be discriminated upon based on your religion, what you believe. And so a creed is in essence a small statement that kind of summarizes what it is that you believe. And so the Apostles' Creed that we're going to look around is a very important creed. It's a shorter of the two main creeds. The main creeds in the Christian church are the Nicene Creed. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And then the Apostles' Creed is a little bit shorter. And I think that's why Luther used it in his small catechism. By the way, we've been going through Luther's small catechism this entire time. But anyways, I digress. So I think it's super interesting, the history behind the Nicene Creed, and we'll get that in just a second. But so that's what we're going to be looking at, these two statements of what Christians believe. And so obviously if we can understand that, we're a long way to understanding what Christianity is. The other thing, the word credo is connected to the word credible, right? Like if someone's report is credible or not credible, or in fact incredible. Actually, the word incredible we just think is, it's just so awesome, but actually incredible originally just meant it's so remarkable or so amazing it can't even be believed. And so that's the word credible there. So originally the Apostles' Creed is said to have come from the apostles themselves. That's why it's called the Apostles' Creed. There is this kind of really a myth that each of the 12 apostles uttered a phrase of the Apostles' Creed, and that's how we got the Apostles' Creed. That is, I find that highly sus. Again, to use the language of Among Us. Thank you. Sorry, super ADD. I need to get some more coffee here. So I would say the Apostles' Creed is a later creed probably somewhere in the later part of the 4th century into the 5th century even. The much more important creed, this is the essential creed which virtually all Christians adhere to in one way or another, is the Nicene Creed. Okay, so if the Apostles' Creed comes from the Apostles, then where does the Nicene Creed come from? Okay, so in 318. No, excuse me, 325. I think it's 325. In 325, all of the world's Christians, the Christian bishops, the leaders of all the Christian churches, gathered in this town of Nicaea in modern day Turkey, I believe it is, to basically discuss what it is that we as Christians believe, because there had been some controversies that had arisen in the church, and so they were trying to figure these things out. And now that may sound very sus, right? So why are there controversies in the church? And why do we have to discuss these things? Well, that's a good question. I think a comparison can be made to speed limits. So let me ask you a very simple question for a moment. Which came first, speeding cars or speed limits? Which came first, speeding cars or speed limits? Yeah, go ahead, Use.
Cars.
Yes, exactly, Use. Exactly. So only when speeding cars become problematic, only when speeding cars become a problem, do we need to gather in the local state legislature or in the federal government to create a law to stop that, right? And so that's the exact same thing that's going on in Nicaea. There had been some bad teaching that had crept into the church, kind of like our speeding car there. And only when that bad teaching had begun to get into the church did the church have to get together and say, we need to put a stop to this, right? Just like the speed limits. And so that bad teaching that had entered into the church was primarily on two issues. One was, who is Jesus? Is Jesus divine? Because there were some groups called the Arians, not to be, they're in no way connected to like
sure.
Arianism and like Nazi Germany and stuff like that. Hey, what's on, guys? You can just come in through the front of the church if you want. So anyways, Arianism is not in any way connected to Nazis. It just comes from a guy named Arius, who was the first teacher of this teaching that Jesus is just a created being and not God. And so when his teaching begins to get popular, the church needs to kind of discuss this, and you know, we'll get into more of that in just a moment. The other thing is the canonicity of the scripture. So a canon, well, you guys know this from like Star Wars or Star Trek, right? If something is canon or not canon, basically is it accepted or is it rejected, right? If something's canon, then everybody needs to accept it. And so whether you like it or not, Jar Jar Binks is canon. Okay, I'm sorry. You may not like it, but Jar Jar Binks is canon. No! Yeah. so you know, I'm sorry. Just the truth is the truth, right? And so it's
Better analogy, sequel trilogy.
It's part of the actual accepted. Yeah, Ronan, fire away.
Yeah, I think a good way to also explain it is even like the fundamental differences between like the Catholic belief and the Protestant belief. Well, Protestants believe Scripture alone, faith alone is saves you, where the Catholic Church believes that the Bible has to be amended because we are fallible beings and that we can make mistakes.
Yeah, and those issues are going to be a little bit later. And so we can talk more about that in the Protestant Reformation. Those aren't at the forefront in Nicaea. At the forefront of Nicaea is which books should be allowed in and not, because there are these false books that have been brought into circulation, right? So in addition to like the four gospels that we're aware of, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, there were all these false gospels. You know, people would write down a gospel that they wrote, and then they'd attach the name of Mary Magdalene or Thomas or Judas, right? So these are all false documents, and so the question might arise, well, how do we know that they're false documents? Maybe they're the right ones, Pastor Brock, and you're wrong, and those are actually the legit ones, and maybe there's a great big Illuminati conspiracy to shut down the truth And so those were actually the real ones, and the ones that made it in the Bible were the false ones. How do we know? Well, that's a great question. Okay, so Tabs is going to be the bishop of Antioch. Okay, that's one of Antioch in Syria was a very important center of Christianity in the ancient world. Okay, so Tabs is the bishop of Antioch. Freezer is the bishop of Alexandria. Meta is going to be the bishop of Rome. Star Wars is going to be the bishop of Canterbury in the British Isles. And let's say Autism is going to be the bishop of Jerusalem. Okay, so you guys are the bishops, and you're gathering here in Nicaea. And in fact, there were way more than like 5. There were a couple hundred. Okay. And so Tabs comes in and is like, all right, guys, let's talk about the Epistle to the Romans. Okay, what do you think about the Epistle to the Romans? My predecessor's predecessor had this document. This has always been recognized in our church. What do you guys think about it? And so the bishop of Antioch, or the bishop of Alexandria, says, oh yeah, dude, we've had that since the founding of our church. And then the bishop in Jerusalem's like, yeah, we've had that forever. The bishop in Canterbury's like, oh yeah, of course, bro. Everybody knows the Romans, right? And it goes around the circle, and everybody's had this document in circulation since the founding of their Christian church. So when the gospel was first brought to their area, they recognized it, and everybody's like, oh yes, we've had this from the very beginning. Now, usually where the heresies come from is like in the fringes of the Roman Empire. For example, there's a guy named Pelagius in the British Isles. He was a heretic, and Arius kind of to some degree as well. So let's say Meta's the bishop of the British Isles. So she's like, all right, guys, you like the Romans? You like the Epistle of Romans? Love the Epistle of Romans. Now let me check out this. We've got the Gospel of Thomas. Everybody loves that, am I right? And everybody's like, crickets. Ronan's like, dude, Gospel of Thomas? We never heard of this, bro. And, the bishop in Alexandria's like, the Gospel of who? And it's like, the Gospel of what? The Gospel of this, the Gospel of that. So only the Bible, the only books of the Bible that were allowed into the canon were the ones that were universally accepted, where not a single person objected to them being in the Bible. Now, there were a couple of epistles. There's a couple of books that they're called the not the pseudepigrapha. There's some term for this. There's a couple books where there was a little bit of debate on. Okay, there's a little bit debate, for example, on I think it was James and Hebrews and Revelation. There was some debate on that, but those were ultimately recognized. But for example, the Gospel of Thomas, outright rejected, right? A lot of these other documents were outright rejected. So that's how we get the Bible. And so even before 325 in the Council of Nicaea, we have a guy like the Irenaeus of Lyon in France. He was writing in the 200s. And he has the entire New Testament as we know it listed as a list of his personal, what he understands to be the authoritative books of the New Testament. And so we have very early canons, even by the way, Irenaeus of Lyon is not the 200s, he's in the 2nd century, which is like 100s, like 170 or something like that. So anyways, I digress. So we have like earlier sets of canon that are even earlier than this. And so that's what we understand today as the New Testament, is these books that were accepted and received at the Council of Nicaea. So is there any questions on that? Okay.
Were there any?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I know you mentioned, what was it? Hebrews, Revelation.
Yeah. I think James was, yeah.
That there was debate, but they were ultimately accepted.
Right.
Up on converse, where there was debate, but they were ultimately rejected.
Yeah, so like for example, the Arians, they brought in was the Gospel of Mary Magdalene or something like that. And so there was actually 2 heresies at Council of Nicaea. One was the Arians that they said that Jesus is just a created being. And then there was also the Gnostics, and there was also some discussion against the Gnostics in Council of Nicaea, because the Gnostics basically believed that the material world was was garbage, right? It wasn't really from the true God of the cosmos. And so what you really want to be is a spirit. You want to get free of all this material stuff and go be a spirit with God. To which Christian Church said, absolutely no. What is a really big event in the Christian Church that shows you material stuff is important? It is the most important event in the Christian Church. And it shows us that material, physical stuff is not bad. It's good. What's that? Oh, yeah, Genesis would be a good one. Yeah, yeah. But what's in the Christian Church specifically shows you that physical stuff is important. The resurrection, right? Because the resurrection, if physical stuff was bad, Jesus would come back as Casper the Friendly Ghost. He wouldn't come back with a body that could be touched, a body that could eat, a body that could be seen and interacted with, right? So it's actually the resurrection that shows us that like Gnosticism is bad. So the physical order is good. Now, I mean, obviously there are a lot of things in the physical world that are bad, but that doesn't mean that everything that's physical is inherently bad. That's what the Gnostics were teaching. So like the Gospel of Thomas, Gospel of Mary Magdalene, these were discussed, but overwhelmingly rejected. There you go. Theta, yeah, Good Friday. That's another good one too. All right, Theta, you're heading to bed. Take care, friend. See ya. Sorry, I just saw that. I'm sorry, Zephyr. I saw your comment. I missed your comments earlier. I'll try to be more attentive to that. All right, so sorry. Go ahead, Star Wars. You were saying something.
I just didn't know if there were any like close calls that were
close calls. Yeah, so the closest close calls would have been those ones that I referenced earlier, but those weren't even close. I mean, there was discussion on them, there was debate on them, but you know, they were still resected.
20/80 or something like that.
Was that?
At best. 20% of at best.
Oh yeah, I don't know the exact I think they were unanimously accepted in the end. There was just some debate on them. So yeah. So yep. Okay. Very good. All right, so that's the Council of Nicaea. Any questions there? And so, I should say here, so going back to what I was talking about with the Arians, is that a big issue in the Council of Nicaea was the divinity of Jesus, right? You know, because again, some were saying that Jesus is not divine. Hey, Nico, thank you so much. Thanks so much for the follow. Some were saying that, you know, he was not divine. And so the council, you know, brought up all the scriptures, right? You know, Jesus receives worship. Jesus says, I am, which is a reference to, the burning bush in Exodus, right? You know, what does God call himself? He says, I am. Basically, that, by the way, that name, which we know in Hebrew is Yahweh, it basically means that everything that exists has its existence because I exist. I, God, exist. So basically, like, you can't say I'm Napaco. You can't say I'm Regal, right? You can't say I am anything unless he ams, right? Unless he is, right? And so that's what he's saying when he says I am. Yeah. So, where is I going with that? I don't remember. So Jesus is I am, right? You know, Jesus is divine. And any other thoughts on any of that? Is this interesting? I find the history of some of this stuff really interesting. I hope you do find too. Zephyr says, no worries, Brock. I'm here and on phone listening from both machines. Well, thanks be to God, boss. All right. Okay, and then later on, in about the 700s or 800s, there is another creed that emerges. It's called the Athanasian Creed. It wasn't actually written by Athanasius, but it's kind of attributed to him, and it's kind of an expression of what Athanasius believed, but it wasn't actually penned by Athanasius. And it's much well. Here, let me ask you this: do you think the Athanasian Creed is longer or shorter? So we have this later creed. And do you think it's longer or shorter than the Nicene Creed?
Shorter.
Yeah, you might think shorter. Yeah. Actually, longer, right? Because, you know, going back to that idea of creeds are like stop or speed limit signs, right? So think about the number of laws that were in effect relating to motor vehicles in the very beginning of the very beginning of cars existing, right? And think about how many laws we have on the books with cars now, right? When you have more problems with cars, you need those problems to be addressed, right? And so as these new false teachings enter into the church, you need even more specificity about them, right? Because here's what happens, okay? So after Nicaea, these Arians are declared as false teachers, right? This is not what we should be believing, okay? So what would you do if you're an Arian, okay? You'd be like, okay, all right, so I don't believe that anymore, but I'm going to believe the closest thing to Arianism that's still acceptable, right? You know, like this we see this in politics, right? You know, like the politician does like just the bare minimum to stay within the law, but he can still do what he wants to do, right? And so what happens is the Arians will kind of like tweak their position a little bit, and they're like still quasi-Arian. And the church says, no, we talked about this. Jesus is God, right? Like, don't try to water that down any. And so then we need to add more creed, more language to the creed to reject quasi-Arianism, right? So the more false teaching that springs up, nobody taught quasi-Arianism until full blast Arianism was rejected. And so, you know, when there's more heresies that come in, more people making up ideas about God that are incorrect, we have to have a longer creed. And so the Athanasian Creed, if you Google the Athanasian Creed, is this long, exceedingly long document. Like it's crazy. We read it one Sunday in my church, the Lutheran Church. We read it one Sunday a year on Trinity Sunday, and we have to like do it antiphonally, which basically means kind of like, you know, the congregation takes a turn reading a part, and then the pastor reads a part, and it's kind of the idea is just to like break up the monotony of it, the length of it, and so it's this big long thing, and so we won't go into it tonight. But let me just focus on the most important statement in the entire Athanasian Creed, and that's this. It says, when it comes to Trinity, we are neither confounding the persons nor dividing the essence. I'll explain that in just a moment, but just remember this: neither confounding the persons nor dividing the essence. So imagine for a moment like a bowling alley, okay? A bowling alley, right? And so when you're bowling, you're trying to avoid the left ditch, right? But you got to be careful, the left gutter, right? But you got to be careful that you don't throw your ball too far to the right, because then you'll wind up in the right gutter. So you got to keep it right down the center, right? You got to stay out of these two gutters, right? And so that's basically what the Athanasian Creed is talking about. There's two gutters that we want to stay out of, okay? So confounding the persons is basically to say all the persons are indistinguishable. Like here'd be an example of confounding the persons. To say that God the Father died on the cross. Actually, I should back up for a moment. I should not assume that you guys know anything. All right, so the Trinity. Okay, the word Trinity comes from triunity, so the unity of the three, right? And so there are these three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and they are mysteriously one God. How does that work? Well, let me give you an example. All right, so imagine you're Super Mario Brothers, right? And you're a two-dimensional character. You can go this way, you can jump, ba-ding, right? But what's the one direction you can't go? You can't go in this direction, right? So imagine you can only see two dimensions. You can go forward, you can go back, you can go up, and you can go down. All right, now imagine that I show Super Mario Brothers. Imagine I show Super Mario Brothers a three-dimensional figure. Let's say I show him a Rubik's Cube. When I show him the Rubik's Cube, what does he see? He sees a red square, right? And then you spin the Rubik's Cube for him. Oh, that's a very nice green square. You spin it again. That's a very nice blue square. So he can't see the whole cube. All he can see are 6 individual sets of squares. Now, if you tell Super Mario Brothers that, oh yes, these 6 squares, they are 1. No, they're 6, Super Mario says. How is this impossible? This is impossible. You show me 6 different squares. How can they be this? How can they be 1? Right? He's befuddled by this. Like the concept of those 6 somehow being combined into 1 is totally beyond even his imagination. And so in the very same way, God, the 3 persons of the Trinity can be combined in ways in which they really are 1, right? Just like the 6 sides of the cube can actually really be 1. And so it's kind of a mystery, but we know it to be true because it's revealed in Scripture. So let me give you an example of confounding the persons. This would be like confusing the two different persons of the Trinity. So if I said God the Father died on the cross, right? That's heresy, right? Because that's confusing the persons. God the Father didn't die on the cross. God the Son died on the cross. Or if I said that if I said God the Father comes to live within your body when you become a Christian, right? No, we'd say the Holy Spirit comes to live within you when you become a Christian. So do you see what I'm saying? That's confusing the persons. That's taking, or if you said God the Father became a human being and lived on this earth, right? That's confusing the persons. It was God the Son that took on a human body and lived on the earth. So that's what we don't do. That's the number one thing that we don't do. And by the way, everything that I'm saying, Ronan, I know you're Roman Catholic. Everything that I'm saying about the Trinity here is 100% in agreement between Lutherans and Roman Catholics. So this is common ground we have.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, it's good. That's good. I just was going to share because I know you were talking about that earlier. So hey, thanks so much, Matt. Appreciate the host friend. So all of those are confounding the persons. All right, so dividing the substance would be to basically go like the Roman god or the Roman or the Greek gods. You know, the idea that Neptune and Ceres and Mars were all completely separate persons, right? They weren't one person. Those are like completely separate gods, right? So if you tried to make like a what we call a tritheism of three different gods, three completely separate persons, that would also be throwing your ball into the gutter, right? That would be not the correct teaching. So that's the big thing we want to do when we're thinking about the Trinity. We neither want to confound the persons nor divide the essence, right? Because there's one God, right? Basically, dividing the essence would be like taking the different sides of the Rubik's Cube and cutting them up and saying, here we have six Rubik's Cubes or 6 squares, right? That'd be no, we need to keep them all together if it's going to be the Rubik's Cube we're talking about, right? They've got to be all one. So does that make sense? Do you have any questions on that? I hope that makes some sense as an analogy. Hopefully you're not completely lost. Okay, how are we doing on time? Okay, good. We got about 20 minutes. So let's break down the statements of the Apostles' Creed. Sure. No comments on this. Again, just if you do have a comment, just fire away at any time. We can take a pause. All right. So the Nicene Creed begins by saying, "I believe in God the Father Almighty, Maker of heaven and earth." Okay. So there's that "I believe" or "I credo," right? We're talking about the creed and credo. I believe in God the Father Almighty, Maker of heaven and earth. Right. So this is what we call the first person of the Trinity. Right, he's the God the Father is normally associated with creation, right? He is the one that the creator of the world. That's his number one, job that we think of is what the Father does. Though also the Holy Spirit and Jesus were also present in Genesis. If you read Genesis 1, it says that the Spirit hovered over the waters. Right, so that's the Holy Spirit there, and it says that God created the world by speaking. Right, He says, "Let there be light, let there be this, let there be that." Right, so it's the word that comes out of God's mouth that creates the world, and so that's what Jesus is called in John's Gospel. He's called the Word of God. Right, Jesus is called the Word of God or the Logos in the original Greek. And so they're right there in Genesis 3, we have all three persons of the Trinity. And that's why it's actually really interesting in Genesis 3, it says, "Let us make man in our image." Even if you talk to a Jewish person, go. Oh, what was that?
I was about to mention that exact line.
Yeah.
I know you were going to get to it.
Yeah. And so even if you ask a Jewish person, right, who doesn't believe in the Trinity, tell them to go look at Genesis chapter 1, and you'll see right there in Genesis chapter 1, let us, right, not me, not singular, let us, there's some sort of us that's going to be making, let us make man in our image, and according to our likeness, right? So that can't be, some Jews try to say that this is like talking about the angels, but the angels don't have the image of God. right? You know, and the angels are not creators, right? The angels are servants and workers, but they don't create anything in the scriptures. They're never seen as creating something. So clearly the "let us make man in our image" is a reference to creation. And so this can only be referencing God. But how can God be saying us? Well, I would say there's the Trinity. And so what's really beautiful about this too is, what's the most important thing we have in this life? It's our relationships, right? Like you're not going to, you know, sell somebody you love down the river for a mansion or a Maserati or something like that. You love people most and foremost, right? And what's beautiful about this thing that I'm talking about tonight is that God has a relationship even before he creates the world. There's a relationship between the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There's community. Like why do we get on VRChat? We love community. We love talking with people. We love interacting with one another. And so we love relationship. And relationship is the most important thing in this life. And that's what was important to God, and God had relationship even from the very beginning, eternally. So really quite powerful. So Tool says, how do you know if God is real? The Bible can be fabricated through our generations. I know this has nothing to do with you're talking about, but I would just like to hear your answer. Great question, Tool. Okay, so when you say, could somebody have fabricated the Bible? You'd have to get kind of specific. Like, when do you believe this fabrication occurred? Like, was this fabrication, you know, in the 700s and the 500s and 1000? Remember, Christianity was the most hated religion in the entire Roman Empire for the first 300 years of its existence. And so, you know, when did these people come and change it? Now, here's the problem with the idea that the scriptures have been changed. Okay, it's the way that the scriptures were transmitted. We talked about this a little bit earlier tonight, but let's go back for just a moment. It's going to be new information, but there's going to be some parallels. Okay, so when the Apostle Paul writes the letter to the Romans, right? The Romans receive it, and they keep a copy and they make a copy and send it on to another church, right? And so what is that church? That church keeps a copy and makes a copy and sends it on, right? And so all of a sudden, and this is happening, there are probably multiple copies sent out from the Roman church to other churches. And so it branches, the number of copies that we have branches out like a tree, right? So you got copies and copies of copies and copies of copies of copies of copies, right? And most people say, oh, isn't that terrible for the Bible? Doesn't that mean, oh, how can we even believe the Bible? Well, actually, no, it does nothing but help the Bible, right? And here's why. I can take so let's say we got a copy that's going off in this direction, right? Because, you know, it's a copy that went to northern Italy, then it went to France, then it went to Great Britain, right? So you see how the letters are being kind of sent on in a particular geographic direction, right? So it started here in Rome, and then it's getting sent back up to northern, or up to the British Isles, let's say. Okay, so I can take this copy of the Bible, and I can compare it to this copy over here that first went to Greece, then it went to the same letter, the Epistle of the Romans, that went to Greece, then to Turkey, then to northern Syria, let's say. Okay, so I can look at this copy and this copy over here. They're completely disconnected. Copies of copies of copies of copies of copies, right? And so I can compare those two, and they're virtually identical. There can be some scribal errors, but even the famous atheist and skeptic Bart Ehrman talks about that all the different like duplication errors and stuff like that. No doctrine of the Christian church is even remotely affected by some of the minor variants. Like, let's say one translation, like down the route here, like, so when it goes from copy to copy, they omitted a word. So the scribe was writing and he skipped over a word like the or his, right? And so for the rest of that route, the rest of that line of translations, it's missing that the. But is the sentence or the meaning of the text even remotely affected by that? Absolutely not. And that's even what Bart Ehrman, the atheist from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, states. And so anyways, to get back to your question, Tool, so let's say somebody wants to change the scriptures. Let's say they want to completely change the scriptures. Okay, and so like let's say they're living in, I don't know, Germany, or let's say they're living in Greece. They may be able to take their copy of the scriptures and change it, right? And so now it's got this new idea that this person wanted to add into the scriptures. It's got this new idea. But what are we going to know looking here in 2020 about that change? What are we going to know? It's present in this line of the manuscript tradition. So that changed copy per se, people went on to copy it and make copies of copies of copies of copies. And so this line, this little branch of the copies, it has this jacked up version of the scripture. But then all the other ones are gonna what? All the other ones are not going to have it, right? Because it's like trying to bring a rumor back, right? Your parents ever do that toothpaste thing, when you're in middle school, you're going off to middle school and they squirt all the toothpaste in and say, okay, put all the toothpaste back in. And you're like, well, you can't do it. And they're like, well, you got to be careful what you say because when you spread rumors, you can never get it back again, right? So that's what happens with the scriptures is they get copies of copies of copies of copies of copies, and you can't bring them all back. So you could try to change the copies near you, or maybe if you were super powerful, you could get, let's say, even half of the copies, and you could modify those. But there would be this huge. You're not going to be able to go down to Ethiopia. Don't. Excuse me, I like your epistle to the Romans, and I'd like to change it. And they're going to be like, bro, what are you smoking? Like this isn't the Roman Empire down in Ethiopia, right? They're completely their own, autonomous state. You're not going to be able to go down there and say, not only would I like to change your epistle to the Romans, I want to change all your epistle to the Romans. That's not going to happen, right? Because these people are guarding the Christian teaching with their life. I mean, there were schisms, there were breaks within the Christian church over really minor stuff. There's this doctrine of the filioque. Okay, so it says in the Nicene Creed, who proceeds from the Father and the Son, right? And so the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son. And so the Roman Catholics added that line into the creed, and then the Eastern Orthodox said, no, you can't add the words and the Son to the creed. And they split over two words, and the Son. It's not that big of a deal, but they were so concerned about holding on to what the Christian church taught that they were willing to split over two words. Now you're going to tell me somebody's going to go down there and mess around with their entire epistle to the Romans? Not going to happen. So this is how we know that the Bible has not been edited or fabricated or altered in any meaningful way. Again, there are small errors that do kind of repeat themselves down the line, but here saying in 2020, we can see all 10,000 manuscripts of the New Testament, and we actually can and this is why Bart Ehrman, right, an atheist, would love to be able to say, oh, the Bible's complete crap. He can't say that because he's a scholar and he knows that's not true. So we know the Bible is not been edited, not been fabricated. And we could talk about maybe it was fabricated in the very beginning. We could talk about that too. But again, there's a whole host of issues there. But I don't want to spend another 20 minutes on that. But if you would like to discuss that, we can talk about that. So Deleted says, please pray for Kitten Loves You. She's a hardcore sinner. I've seen her do a lot of things. Pray that she doesn't keep down this path. Well, I'm not going to pray like that. So by the way, sorry, Kitten, I didn't realize you were right there. I wouldn't have read it if I would. So here's the thing. The apostle Paul says that this is a trustworthy saying that deserves full acceptance. Christ came into the world to save sinners, of who I am the worst. So the apostle Paul counted himself the worst sinner in the entire world. And so we as Christians, we count ourselves, I don't care what anybody's done in this room. I don't care if somebody's murdered somebody. I'm going to count myself the worse sinner than them. So yeah, so we don't need to put people on blast like that. And again, I'm sorry, Kitten, that I read that. I didn't realize you were in the room. And so I think you're probably just trying to be a troll. So anyways, so where are we at? Actually, I think we're running low on. We got about 8 minutes left, guys. So I think we'll wrap it up here. Any closing questions, comments, thoughts? And we'll get into prayer requests here in a second. Yeah, private, fire away.
I would ask some things that are really deep, but
no, fire away.
I don't take all your time.
No. I can try to do it quickly. Yeah, fire away, Autumn. I'll try to get to it.
Okay. Okay.
I might have to table it till next time, but depending on how big it is. But I'll try to be a quick swack at it.
Okay. So you said the Bible has been edited over time, right? How do we, if a lot of what was I guess, okay, here's a question. if everything was like conscripted and everything like ages ago, right? Because they saw what they saw and they recorded it and wrote everything down. How are their edits made to it, right? Like what
So are you talking about the later edits, like the scribal errors that come on later down the line? Is that what you're talking about?
I have no idea. I don't know what.
Oh, did you hear, Autumn? Did you get to hear all of the stuff that I was talking about there with the manuscript traditions and stuff like that? Did you hear the whole thing, or did you just come in?
Oh, I just got in.
Oh, bummer. Okay, well, I tell you what, check out my VOD, because that's what I've been spending like the last 15-20 minutes talking about. So if you check out twitch.tv/PastorBrockVR, I kind of answer that question. I've been kind of answering that question for the last 20 minutes. To briefly say, so the manuscript traditions, they kind of branch out like a tree. So there's this copy, and this copy makes 2 copies, and this copy makes 2 copies. And you see how it kind of like branches out like a tree? There's one trunk, and then there's branches, and then branches on branches, and then branches on branches on branches.
So are these errors in people like rescribing it?
No, all of them have errors. Not all of them have errors, but you're right to say that sometimes there's an omission of a word or a misspelling of a word. And so, but what happens is that error isn't universally on the entire tree. It's just on one diseased branch, right? And so when we look at the entire tree, when we look at a 4th century Syrian manuscript and an 8th century British manuscript and a 3rd century Egyptian manuscript, when we look at all of these, when we piece it together with all 10,000 manuscripts that we have of the New Testament, which, by the way, dwarfs any other document. Like, we only have 300 manuscripts of Caesar's Gallic Wars, and nobody puts into doubt Caesar and his war campaign in Gaul. So when we piece all of them together, we can see where, this error occurred approximately. We can even know exactly when it happened. This error probably occurred in Syria in whatever year. And so we can piece together the original. Yeah.
If there's 10,000 manuscripts, how do you know which one is right?
Yeah, well, we don't have to believe that any single one of them is right? Like, when we look at the entirety of them and we line them all up, what's monumentally staggering is these 10,000 manuscripts from all over the Mediterranean world and beyond, how, like, overwhelmingly the congruity is. And so there are some points where there's debate on which is the original. But even, as I was saying, I don't know if you heard this line, even the famous atheist Bart Ehrman from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, makes this point. He says, quote, "When you look at all the variances within the New Testament manuscript tradition, not a single major doctrine of the Christian church is ever in doubt when you look at all of these different changes or all these discrepancies, these differences within the New Testament. So even if we say, we don't really know which one, whether it has the word spelled this way or if it's without the letter, because the one guy got it wrong and it got copied with the bad spelling. Mm-hmm. Like, even if we don't know that, and maybe we don't know, maybe that's lost to history whether the letter belonged there or not. That doesn't in any way cause problems with understanding the teaching of the Christian church. Does that make sense?
Okay. But doesn't that lead into like such, because I know there's like full on, I know there's like, there can be like tens of thousands of manuscripts or something, right? But like, isn't there like huge, bigger branches of like, say like Christianity or Catholicism where there's like a whole different, like, they're pretty much like in opposition at a certain point,
and beliefs, yes. Right? Yes, that's correct. That is correct. Yes. And so, but the issue there is not, so I would say the issue there is not the problem with the scriptures that we've handed them down. The problem is well, as Mark Twain put it this way. Mark Twain said, "In the beginning, God made man in his image, and ever since then, man's returned the favor." Right? We like to change God to suit our own appetites, to suit our own preferences. And so I think when you, respectfully, I would say the reason why we have such a broad number of Christian denominations is because people like to make God in their own image. They like to, all heresies were attractive, right? Like if a heresy was not attractive, it wouldn't be very, well, it wouldn't get many adherents, right? And so this is what I would say the enemy of God does, is he sows attractive heresies, and this attracts people. But even though there are just a staggering number of denominations in the world, when you look at all the denominations, what's remarkable is that everybody believes in the Trinity, just about. I mean, there are some small sects here and there, but the overwhelming majority believes in the Trinity, for example. And so there is a lot of unity.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you mentioned what the line was man creates the image of God for themselves, right?
Yeah, man likes to make God look the way that they want him to look. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because that's what digs me on that is how many people will tell other people how they're supposed to live based off of that.
Yeah.
When it should be, I would assume, if that's like the firm belief, is that it should be very much singular, and that they should hone in on their focus to God and not other people's associations with it.
Yeah, and so, but here's the thing though, is like we would say that like God doesn't often speak in theophanies, right? This kind of like, you know, what's up, Autumn? How you doing? Like we would say that like God usually speaks in corporate gathering and in the reading of his word, right? Like in scripture, God is speaking to us. And so, sorry, I had an ADD moment. What's the original question we were talking about?
Man makes the image of God.
Okay.
How do why do people tell other people how to?
Oh yeah. Okay, but so here's the and so I would say what my preferences are on how someone should live or not live is totally irrelevant. See, the question for me is always, what does the Christian church always believed, taught, and confessed about this, right? So I'm in the process of reading a 16 million word volume set called the Ante-Nicene, Nicene, and Post-Nicene Fathers. And so it's the theology of the earliest Christians that we have a record of. And so I want to believe, teach, and confess nothing differently than what these guys believe, taught, and confessed, right? And so because if it's true that God is actually spoken in the scriptures, actually spoken through the teaching of Christ and his apostles, then we need to hear what he has to say about the matter. And I think we all recognize that there's things in all of us that we need changing, right? Like we recognize in our own conscience. And so that's what I would say is like we all need to change, right? We all need to change. But anyways, so I'll let you fire. I'll let you have the last word, Autumn, but I got to get running, guys. But Autumn, I love your questions. Your questions are first tier. They're absolutely epic questions. I'd love to talk more about it if you'd be willing. I think you got great questions. Yeah. Let me send friend requests your way. All right. Any prayer requests real quick? And then I got to get going here. Hey, what's going on? Well, actually, give me a good chat one quick. Oscar says the VODs are for subscribers only, so I don't know if she can watch. Yes. So the issue is with Twitch and their DMCA situation right now, I can't put my VODs just open for the public because like if one person plays a Kanye song on my VOD, I could get sued for that. So, but the way that it works on YouTube is they have like a filtered algorithm and they can mute stuff and they can, monetize it for the copyright holder. So it's I'm not gonna get sued if it's on YouTube, or I'll be very less likely to. So what I do is if you look on my panels on the bottom of my Twitch channel, you can click on VODs and that will send you to my archives page. And I've been trying, I'm not always the best with this, but I try to upload all of my VODs onto YouTube where you can watch them there for free. So the reason they're not on here is especially if like somebody, I'm talking to somebody in VRChat and somebody plays some Kanye stuff. I don't want to get sued. So Big Jeffrey says, I went to look at your VODs, look into your sermons. Why are they sub-only? Okay, I talked about that too, Big Jeff. If you give me their Twitch, I can gift a sub. Oh, you don't need to do that, Zephyr. Yeah, like I'll try to upload this now. I'll try to do it. I don't know. I've got a thing at 9. Oh, and it's 9:01 already. So any other quick prayer requests? Yeah, absolutely, Dilly. Thanks, man. Good to see you in VRChat, boss. I don't usually see you in VRChat.
Yeah, I got the game and computer going.
Nice. Oh, yeah, nice. Any other prayer requests? Okay, let's.
I think we'll,
go ahead, Ronan.
I said I think we're all good.
Okay, let's pray.
I don't see anyone really.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Dearly Father, I just give you thanks for everybody who made it out here tonight. I give you thanks for Autumn's excellent questions and everybody else who contributed. And I just give you thanks, oh Lord, that you've brought this community and that these people have honored me with their time. I'm so grateful for that. Oh Lord, I ask that you'd be in their life, that everybody have a good week, and that you'd bring them back here safely, either next Tuesday or next Sunday. We also do stuff on Sunday. And so, Lord, I just give you thanks for this opportunity to look at your word. And so, oh Lord, as Autumn brought up, there are lots of opinions out there, and there's lots of darkness. There's lots of people that are trying to obscure the light, that like to make you in their own image. But oh Lord, apart from you, there is no truth. Truth does not exist if there is no God. And so it's all subjective. It's all up to opinion. But Lord, we need you if there's going to be any truth. And so please be and abide with us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I don't know what happened. So it looks like something just crashed. That's really weird. I don't know what happened there. Very strange. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. All right. So we're going to switch gears here. We've got to get on WoW because it's raid night, boys and girls. It's raid night. Bummer. Yeah, I think Zephyr. I think maybe somebody was trying to crash us, but they were a little too late. They were a little too late. They were a little too late, boss. All right. Let's get in the WoW. First of all, I can turn this down now because I can get all up in the mic. All close to the mic. See, this is where I like to talk because you get those beastie bass tones in there. But it's easier in VR, so I don't wonk my microphone. Okay, I gotta get quick. I gotta get here quick. So let's get Discord up. Downloading mods for my farm simulator. Nice, dude. Just crashed too. Heretic. I'm glad you're here, friend. Yeah, I know. I know it, man. I know it. Welcome, welcome, boys and girls.
Now it's a party.
That's right. Now it's a party, baby.
Thank you, Kellen. Alonwin. Yeah.
30 man.
What's up, Hera?
Answered your question.
Yep.
Okay, so Rage is here as well. And we have any extra floss? Anybody take 2 by any chance?
Yep, I have
All
an
right,
extra
so I'm
one.
good to
Who
go
needs
now.
it?
That's right. I can talk now.
I'm assuming lower does. Let me look.
No, I got it. I'm good.
Pelorin and Doman and Rage. And Sunfish.
I'm waiting on Pool.
Oh, okay, no problem.
But yes, I have one.
Can I get a summons here in just a second?
You know what? Next you're going to be asking for a res, and that's just, you're just
we're just trying to nip this thing in the bud. Yeah.
All right. Did someone give one to Pelorin?
All right.
Rage,
So
charismatic.
larger mods take a longer install. I believe it.
Wow. If we hit 30, I'm going to have to say no to somebody.
I mean, seriously.
Doman will. I need to just go read a book real quick. If you need to drop me, and I'll be back when we get through.
Yeah, we're gonna pull. So.
No, don't ruin my
we'll
deep
catch you on the next
logs.
boss.
Summon me.
One more summons for Prodigator.
Yes. Hey. I heard that mispronunciation. Hey. I heard that mispronunciation.
Okay, Prodigator.
Prodigator. It's like
Valor.
Valor. Everybody's just good.
I'm having fun.
There we go. I'm good now.
I'm just calling you Prod.
Prod is fine.
And I don't really see an umlaut above the A, so we can't really beat out.
He's got me on focus on battle res. So the thing is, guys, so I always call out for a battle res because I always die. I'm not good. I'm not
Okay,
good
Gridmar's
at staying
getting
alive
impatient,
in this
so
game.
let's get this together. Come on. Everybody, line up. Let's do this.
Pro Diggler.
No!
I like that one better. Considering the last thing that I heard named Diggler. First name Dirk.
All right.
Oh, I need a flask. Actually, I might have one. Let me check.
Pelorin, I can see your name lighting up, but I don't hear anything. So check that your mic isn't muted, or
Does anyone have a flask by any chance?
I do. Open
Yeah.
trade with Yehosa. I got extras.
Welcome back.
Flaming maces.
We missed you.
I was working a lot last week at the new post since we got back from deployment. I'm in a different position, so I was working pretty late last week.
No
When I was
no
on, I
worries.
was on my rogue.
No problem. Just letting you know. We were talking about you. All good.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah, and I didn't get any mythics this week because you were gone.
I didn't get any either. I got so I was able to pug 3 bosses, the last 3 bosses of the raid, like Sunday night, and like I was shown in the guild earlier. The last 2 weeks, I've gotten 2 trinkets out of the
yes. Oh no, we're not raiding
Great
Amun.
Vault,
We're going to be
and
doing some
it was
World of
quite
Warcraft,
nice.
so I need to change.
I've got the
You know
one
what?
off with the last boss.
I'm about to mute you for that. All right.
Because I got trinkets.
Because I still haven't gotten anything I can use.
I got
Congratulations.
I swear it just drops pants.
My legendary helmet. That's 3 weeks in a row.
Oh, I had to do 57 runs in Spire in order to get my legendary pattern.
Okay, Grenmar, what do you think?
Did you catch that, Valoran? Yeah, it's kind of a lot. You'll be fine.
All right. Oh, I need to put on text to speech so I don't miss you guys.
Is Grenmar there? Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so we got text to speech now, guys. So just fire away.
A lot of people. Careful those white orbs. It's going to be messy. And keep that crap out of the middle.
I believe we hero on pull here, right?
My bad.
Okay, Doman's back now for the invite when you get the
Red arrows out.
first one done.
That would be me. I'm so sorry. Line of sight. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Red arrows out. Red arrows out. Okay, line of sight, and then phase 2 after this one. So we're gonna stay near a pillar, kind of keep him line of sight, stay away from the white discs, and don't stand right up next to a pillar if you can help it. Because if you do get hit, we want to keep that area clear of red spots. Line of sight. Line of sight. Okay, back to the middle. Red arrows out. The red stuff hurts, but I'd rather you run through it than drop something where you shouldn't. Whoa, thank you. Red arrows out, and everybody should be behind the boss. Line of sight. Nice job.
3, 2, 1.
Red arrows out.
Push him, push him.
Red arrows out. Line of sight. There you go. Good job.
I'm on my way back now.
Down from 5 minutes 9 seconds last time.
That's pretty
Boom,
good.
got it, boys and girls.
Give loot to the star. We have a couple people who haven't raided with us. So if you have loot to share that you do not need, please trade it to the star. I will have everybody roll for it. Main spec first. No, anima is not loot. Main spec first, then off spec, then transmog or whatever. And if you want it back, let us know. Otherwise, we'll shard it and use it for enchants for the group.
Can I get invited back, please?
Yep. And if anything BOE drops and someone wants to trade it to the group, that is awesome. We will roll on it only for equip. Otherwise, the person who looted it gets it back. But of course, anything that you loot, you are free to keep for whatever you want. That is all up to you. So let's see. This time I got
Parapole.
I assume somebody traded me these slippers, right?
Me.
Okay.
Where you at?
At the and I'm dead now, so I'll just run. Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay, so I have 2 cloaks that are versatility mastery, and I will put those up. The top 2 rolls will get them. If you get a red bomb on you, it bounces you backwards. Please don't run forward. You'll just run into it, and it hurts.
I would recommend not coming to the top of these stairs until they reset.
They reset. No, they haven't.
Okay, Cowled Batwing Cloak, Versatility Mastery, level 200, top 2 rolls gets them.
Could I roll if it's going to replace a legendary when I redo it?
You can roll.
If you're going to use it, you can roll on it.
You can roll on anything that you can actually use.
Main spec.
Thank you, yes.
Yep, main spec first.
Does someone still have a flask for me?
Yeah, I
Yes.
saved it for me. I saved it. Open trade with Harry.
No,
So
I'm,
you-
not, I'm running there right now.
So yeah, we can roll on it for main spec enchanter, right?
Ah. I need to talk more. Sorry, guys. I
Alright,
apologize. I need to
nobody
be
needs the
more
cloaks?
active. I'm like
Off spec?
not paying attention. So, what's going on with you guys? Like, what are you up to? How's your evening going? Hopefully, you like the Bible study. Oh boy, there was some poo poo on the ground.
I'll roll for it. It's a minor
Thanks for hanging out, all 10 of you. You guys are kind enough to hang out with me while I wow. Hang out with me while I wow.
All right, Shay and Jorstar. Anybody else want to try and beat a 50?
The kennels house the master's hunting pack.
I'm gonna sit down.
All right, Shay and Jorstar. Congratulations. I also have cloth boot.
I love this.
Main spec roll, crit mastery.
Love this.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
March.
You would have
Score
been.
beating
You
was
would have
giving me a headache.
believed. You wouldn't believe what we just did on Shriekwing.
What? Did you kill him on heroic?
That's gonna be. That's next to it. Yeah, definitely.
Is anybody up for those cloth slippers? Jorstar and
Jorstar and Kiddo.
I would only take them in case I need to replace my legendary, because I have legendary boots at the moment.
Okay.
So
Well,
give them to somebody.
I just rolled for
nobody
something.
is rolling on them, so prod. Nobody is rolling on them, so you can have
I need
them.
those for my DK. I want some nice comfy slippers. I want some comfy slippers to wear around. Yeah.
Dude.
Shay and Jor, you can trade with the star, and I'll give you the cloaks, and Kiddo for the boots.
Yeah, thank you. Are we?
Citron need a summon?
Yes, please.
Food's down if you need it.
Thank you.
Doman and Marge are coming. And I'm sorry, Citron and Marge are coming. So.
Yeah, I had to
All right.
walk.
Well,
Thank you.
this
Not
might
bitter.
be a great time to talk about a couple things while we wait for people to get summoned and eat and all that stuff.
love
So
this
we have
guild.
30
It's
people
so
in the
nice.
group now, which means we're full, which is really cool. Really, really cool. So
That's been a while.
yeah. So I just want to say, if you guys, we've never been sticklers on being on time. But the 30 slots are first come first serve. So unfortunately, if we're full when you get on, you can wait and see if somebody leaves. But just so everybody knows, they're first come first serve, as long as we have the roles that we need to fill those slots. And if you do come late, I've noticed a few times people will come late, they'll put their headset on and say something right away. And there's a few times when we've been trying to give instructions or figure something out, or even in the middle of a fight, and someone pops on and starts talking. So if everybody can just, practice good Discord manners, etiquette, that would be
All right, guys.
awesome.
There's 4 people on the stream
Wait to
now,
see
so
what's
unless
going
you
on
have a
before you
serious
start
desire to
talking.
watch
And
this,
keep
I'm
the
going to end the
chit-chat
stream.
about whatever to text, because we like to keep Discord clear so we can talk about the raid and keep it moving. Nobody likes to just stand around and talk when we should be moving. So in that light, I am going to stop talking.
In the words of the French crab thing from Nemo, I am ashamed.
That was a shrimp. Okay, so now your name is Shrimpy.
Whatever.
Prada
Crab,
shrimp.
shrimp, Prada shrimp. Oh boy.
Maria, you coming?
Wait, we have 3 shadow priests now?
Yeah.
Are we gonna wait for Maria here?
Oh,
there
I
we go.
did. Yeah.
Kiddo
All right,
and
we're
George. Let's see, who's the
I
other
don't know.
person?
Should I just
Shay,
keep going?
If you wanna
I'm just
trade
gonna
with me,
keep
I'll give
going,
you your
dude.
loot.
I don't care, dude. I don't care. I know a lot of people don't like to watch WoW, but I'm gonna do it.
I am listening.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Marge,
we're gonna do
check
this.
officer chat.
Yeah,
Just
give me
let us know when
one
you're ready.
second. Yo needs a enchant. Hold on.
I do have push to talk on.
I can give you the mats back after. I just haven't been on my priest to enchant this chest I got.
Skirmish, you said, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
And I have over 40 of those crystals, so you don't have to worry about giving me.
I know. I have a bunch of them too. It's just kind
Hold
of a
up,
pain in the ass
hold
to
up.
get them.
We're about
so
to
I'd rather you use them than me.
Hey, you
Hey
ready?
guys,
I am ready.
I don't want to shame anybody at this moment, but if we have enchants and flasks and things people need, let's do all that at break. We've gotten this far without it. We can get another couple bosses until 9:15.
Other content creators have
Alright.
told me don't you
I'll
let
put
the
the marks up
numbers
and then we're
bother
ready to
you
go.
as much. Do
I'm
what
still
you
waiting for
love.
Shay.
That's true. You know what? That's a good point, Delta. That's a good.
Oh,
point.
I'm
She's
ready.
not ready. Okay,
Let's
said not
do
ready.
this.
Here we go.
Okay, we gotta get the dogs
just
down
get in the
first.
cloak.
That's how this is going.
Ranged on orange, melee on blue.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Red arrows out, red circles in. We'll get hero on the last dog. Everybody should be targeting the dog. Red circle, stay in, stay in, stay in. That was completely awesome.
You're welcome.
Red arrows out of the group. Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Got it. When the dog dies, I'll take Huntsman back.
Sounds good.
All right, when this dog dies, we're going to get another dog. It's going to summon a shade of itself. Everybody stay away from the shade. Do
Dude,
not
I'm
DPS the shade
doing-
until we tell you.
doing pretty good deeps
And
here.
Kiddo will keep
Top
it CC'd.
three.
And our healers know what to do with this one. DPS on Barghast. Rip Soul. Here's the shade, stay away from it.
This boat has your name on
Rip Soul.
We have 12, 13
Let's
specs.
get the shade over.
Shade, 14.
Everybody on the shade.
Dude, how did I get... I was doing so good on the DPS. And now I'm going through the pooper. Come on, dude. Where am I at?
Rip Soul.
Killing me.
Here comes the shade. Let's kill both at the same time. Cleave them down. Pull it over. Thank you.
Shay, Mia, be careful about your movement.
This boat has your name on
Get that shade down.
Do the shade.
Alright, finish off the shade. If you get a brown circle, get it out of the group as fast
Dude,
as
I'm
possible.
not even top 8. This is rough
Everybody
as a
on
DK.
Hecutus. And let's get hero.
This boat has your name.
Red arrows out. Push, push, push. Let's get that dog down.
Dude, I don't like how people talk through this stuff. Like, I am so ADD. Like, Alonwyn or guild raid or raid leader or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know how she gets through all this. Like,
You guys
I
are
can
doing a great
barely
job with
talk
those
to
brown
chat.
circles. Keep it up. Nice. Now just finish off the boss there. We're still gonna get those red arrows. Red arrows out.
dude, I'm doing everything I possibly can to try to maximize bid DPS, and I cannot get in the top 10 tonight. Dang, dude. Am I doing something wrong? Do I not have the buff up or something?
So if everybody is not stacked up, you're making it harder on the rest of the group who have to run things out. But now it's dead.
Dang, dude.
Oh, you guys were doing really great.
I'm gonna have to extend this down. Is that like 9 or something? Oh my goodness, what?
He was eliminated.
Why is my deep so low? Oh, bro. That's rough. Right? What? Am I? What? There's something wrong here. Like, something's not working right or something. Do I have,
Nice, Night Tiger. Nice.
do I have something wrong around here?
Are there laws
Please don't
running,
run
by the way?
ahead. These rats are a pain.
Yep, stay
feel
behind
like
the tanks, guys.
No, I got everything on. This is weird.
I
don't know why my
have
DPS is so
gear
low.
to offer. We have plate wrists that are haste crit and a neck that is mastery haste. We'll do the plate wrists first.
Logs are up in log channel.
Stay behind the tanks, guys. Thank you. We also have a mail chest to do. Anybody else for the plate wrists? I have Cheaty with a 94.
Oh, I didn't see those. Hold on a second. Let's see, what are my wrists?
Brendan, I'm trying to keep that disease off you. Best I can.
You can't climb the walls.
I'm not rolling.
Alright. Cheaty wins the plate wrists. Let's do the neck item neck.
I have a pretty high neck already.
Roll main
so
spec
I don't think
for
I'm
the
gonna
neck
be
item.
needing that. Nope, 213. They dropped 200 in here. So like item level, like if you're not a WoW player, like item
So
level.
it's a downgrade on eye level.
is-
Never mind. Someone else is going to get it first. It's fine.
So item level is like how good the item is.
Be a
and
bigger
so,
upgrade for them.
most of the stuff that drops in here is 200, and so I have a 213 neck, so don't need that.
Alright. Anybody else for the neck item? Okay, looks like it's going to charismatic. And then I have a male chest piece. Hold on. Mastery crit.
No, I just got like a 213 chest piece, so should be. Yeah, I just got 213 chest.
The beast seeks to sate its endless hunger upon the stores of animal below. Dispatch this creature before it grows even stronger.
Alexa, anybody else? Male chest. Mastery crit. Let's all stack up on this one.
May have pulled aggro.
Okay.
Ooh, it was
Is that
number
right?
3
Yes.
on that last one.
Nope, that was wrong. Charismatic. Sorry.
In the back.
Please, everybody, to the group.
Stack up because look at their jumping.
I'm sorry, I was drinking. Everyone decided to jump on me. I mean, seriously, how rude.
Of some things, right?
You don't bring enough wherever you are.
I don't like the competition on the deeps meter with all these people, so some of you are going to need to drop.
Or not.
Get good, Prod.
Hey, dude, I am. We'll see what the logs say. We'll see what my eye level says.
I had 95% on the last fight.
Give me 1 second here, guys.
What happened?
Kiddo, can you trade with me? I seem to not be able to.
Trade? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oop, I want to make sure they're not running.
Dude,
And
Scotty.
Cheaty, can you trade with me too, please?
He's wearing raid.
Of Snugglebuns. Move you, prod.
Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm number 3. I'm number 3.
Thank
Let's see on Shriekwing.
Okay.
How
So
we
on
doing,
this one, range stack on blue. I'm gonna move it over just a little bit. Range stack on
67,
blue.
that's not bad.
I
know I did
melee
terrible
stacks
on
on
Huntsman.
orange.
See how I
And take the blue arrows out. Ranged go
37%.
left, and melee go right. If you have a white circle on you, stand next to somebody else. Only be standing in one white circle at a time, so watch yourself. Consume, we run out. Blue circles, we run away from each other. That's about it.
We're dead.
Do not run toward the tanks.
So ranged left, melee right.
Your left or the boss's left?
Yep, the same right now.
Please don't ask those questions.
All right, I need to stay up on this fight. I died last time, and that killed my DPS. You can't do a lot of DPS when you're dead, so I'm going to be really careful.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stack up, guys. Let's get hero.
Blue circles and range. Spread them out a little bit, please.
Dude, how am I not on the top of this deeps meter, dude?
Spread these out.
What is going on?
Don't stack the white circles, gotta spread them out a bit. Nice.
Get those blue circles away. Only stand in one white circle at a time, guys. It hurts otherwise. Run out, run to the back of the room, stay with somebody in a white circle, save their life, be a hero. Okay, stack back up.
Oh no.
Lower.
Dude.
Save the battle res.
It's so annoying. I don't know what happened there. What's the recap on that? I don't know how I died, dude. It's really obnoxious. Volatile ejection. What is volatile ejection?
3, 2, 1.
Position yourself to avoid hitting other players when targeted by volatile ejection. Somebody downed me.
Ranged, if you don't have somebody standing with you, out. If you don't have somebody standing with you at that white circle, you know, we're all kind of taken up, so hop into melee with that. Same with melee, if you need help, come on out to ranged or call for somebody to come.
Oh, grin.
Did they buff? Buffs and nerfs. Wow.
Run out, run to the back wall. The further you are from the boss, the less he gets from this. Okay, run back in. Stay with a friend.
Res Grenmar.
Can melee stack up better because it's very difficult to put the beam and you're all in that direction.
Huh. I don't know. I don't see any.
No, 7 seconds, res Grenmar.
He goes on Hera.
Spread out.
2, 1.
It's the second time that I got hit with volatile ejection. That is really annoying when you die, because I don't mind dying if it's my own fault. If it's my own fault, fine. I die, I have to sit here in boredom and do nothing. But when it's someone else's fault, that's really grinds my gears.
All right, hit some cooldowns to get this guy down, guys. We gotta go fast. Run out. Run, run, run. Okay, stack back up.
3, 2, 1.
Looks like they're gonna get him though. That's really obnoxious though. I'm usually really good at this next fight though, so
Not perfectly clean, but we got him down. Good job.
Sorry about that, Grandma. I meant to pony and then said I taunted.
It's alright.
So for all the melee, can you like not spread out across the right side where we have to run the beam to? Because I probably killed like 2 people because I didn't have anywhere to run to.
Yep, stack up. Everybody should stay at max melee range in that group and stack up nice and tight.
Who's this face guy? He's not been in this raid.
Thank you.
So who are all the new people? And tell us about yourself. Why do we have 31 tonight? This is good.
31.
Or 30,
30.
whatever. You got 2 reverends, so we'll call it the Holy Ghost.
We we have 30 because it's an awesome group and everybody likes being here.
I know, but there are some people that I don't recognize face.
Face was here last week.
Was he?
Yeah,
Oh.
Face has been here a couple times.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Okay, I know you
Sunfish.
don't recognize your host. It hasn't been here in a while. Sorry.
Sunfish is new to VK, and Paloran is returning from a very long absence from the game, and I missed her dearly. I love you, Paloran. Yeah. So good group. I love you guys. This is a great group. I have some
Snuggle Buns.
gear
But
to
I'd like a
roll
taupe on that
off.
last
I
one.
have a cloth waist,
Like a
leather
taupe
chest,
on that last
and mail helmet. So I will link those now.
Can we give him to one person and then just watch how he looks? I vote for Alexa.
That and a little clown makeup, and you should be all set.
He'll have to remove the goth one.
All right, Sunfish for the cloth waist. Anybody else? All right, awesome. Congratulations. Leather chest next. I didn't link it. Hold on. All right, this is mail helmet, haste mastery.
Grats Doman.
That never really happens. I figured I'll get it to you in a sec.
Oh no, that's fine. That's just.
I think that's the first BOE I've ever looted in a raid.
All right, nobody needs the. Did I call it mail? It's. What did I just link? Seriously,
The mail
guys.
helmet that I gave you.
Mail helmet. Anybody? Mail helmet, haste mastery, level 200. Go.
Edge up in the back.
I know. I'm sorry. I looked at two different things. All right, mail helmet, off spec, transmog, nightstand,
I'll take it
anything.
for transmog if no one wants it because it's my legendary like slot.
Okay.
All right,
Okay,
I
looks
realize
like
I
nobody
should
wants
talk.
it, so I'll give it back to you.
I'm really
There,
realizing,
I rolled
boys
on
and
my own
girls,
item.
I'm not talking. This is so difficult.
During break, we'll be taking applications for Loot Master.
Oh my gosh. Yes, please.
50 DKP.
Yeah, go
Going
ahead, Lauren. Mail. No. What did I just link now? Leather chest. Guys, I'm so confused. Night
You need
Tiger.
a nap. You need a nap.
She needs more cookies.
More
I
cookies
need
too,
to.
yes.
I need to not smash my head on the cupboard door, and then maybe I will be able to think straight.
Doman, those hands are on the auction house for like 92,000 gold.
Yeah, because they're best in slot for warriors and a few others.
All right. Leather chest looks like it's going to Night Tiger. Anybody else want to roll? 3, 2, 1. Night Tiger it is. Come trade with the star. Congratulations. And Yehosa, come trade with star.
Yeah, there you are.
Hey, what mark did you have on what thing again? Do you remember?
It goes yellow, orange, blue, green, I think, from left to right.
Yellow, orange,
Thank you.
blue, and yeah, it looks about right. Maybe.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I don't believe in jinxing things. Can I just say, like, how fast we're going through all this? Like, this is good. I don't believe in
The average item level is 198. That's pretty high for a normal raid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing good.
You get a mage buff.
When we first started out 3 weeks ago, I said when we get to the last boss, Sire, we will start looking at heroics. So if we get the Sire this week, even if we don't down him, we'll be looking at heroics next week.
Oh, there's no reason not to down him. He's super easy.
Fire's very nice and very fun and easy.
When did they put an E in his name?
It's the British pronunciation. I think it's Sir,
Always.
but it's just the like
He
honor
is the
has.
sire of his race.
Aspartame, Lauren, let me know when you guys are ready. You ready? Okay. Lauren, just let me know when you're ready.
Yep, she just needed a minute. So now's a good time to check in on flasks and feasts. Are the crafters getting what they need from the group?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of flasks and stuff. I'm a little low on herbs, but I just need to go herbing for that.
I put a bunch of herbs in the guild bank because I didn't know who to give it to from the little bags you get from the
Oh, nice.
on the last tab.
Oh,
Yes.
crud.
Pre-pot pots.
His little
Normally-
baggie of herbs is illegal in some states.
Yeah, normally Phantom Fire is pretty good for all specs for pre-pot. Right.
Agility for shaman enhancement.
Ugh. So this one's a little bit trickier. Like there's like at least not for me. I just smash things.
There's no
but like for
agility buff anymore. No
for
stat
like
buff.
one person's got to like monitor like.
Yeah, and agility.
Like
Agility.
the size,
There's one that
how
gives you
full
190.
these little things are. It's kind of
Yeah, but they're on a 5-minute cooldown. That's what sucks.
I mean, I've used
Well, they've
2
always been on
every
a 5
pull.
minute. Right.
Well, no, they used to use one
Oh, I
right
just
before the
realized how
pull, then
loud
you'd have like
this is.
3 minutes, and you could use another.
Was it 3 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I've still used 2 on every pull we've done. So
Paloran, you
Hero
back?
is starter and a fight.
On this one, I think we start with Hero.
yep.
Okay.
Usually. And she's in place, and everybody's in place. All hero.
Lauren, are you back?
Yep, she just got here. Okay.
Okay.
Five, four.
Yep, so we're going to Hero on start.
We should wait like a second before we do hero.
Stack in those red circles. One person in each circle. The red orbs are out. If you get lines, line up your lines to go through the orbs to get rid of them.
Star.
Star is open. Soak the circles.
Time there's been one over here.
Open square.
Bring the red circle
to the
to the boss.
To the boss. Red
Up to the boss.
To the
Up to the boss.
To the boss.
Kill the ad. Soak the red circles. Opening circle. Good job with those orbs, guys.
Close circle, open triangle.
I think circle is closed.
Yeah. Open square.
Do you guys stack this right on the boss or off-centered?
Off center a little bit. Everybody just stay out of it. Kill the ad. Sorry, what? Open star? Got it. Star is open.
Got him.
Alright, finish her off. Wow, great job, guys.
I swear I'm never.
Pride and DPS.
Right on. That is a good fight.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get it either.
I keep getting all the ones but the one I want.
Excuse me.
The Stoneborn were permitted to use such routes to see to our master's demands.
That's almost the highest DPS I've done on that boss. Like 0.4k off.
Oh my gosh,
why
Alexa,
won't it
your
let
pet
me-
wiggles its butt as it walks. It's so cute.
Trade. There we go.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Repair if you want to.
Is that like cry if you want to?
Something like that.
It's my raid, and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to.
All right, remember we were saying about keeping Discord clear. That's the reason.
Oh, that applies? Okay.
99 on that last fight.
Oh my goodness. All right.
What was that? No.
You got a 99% for eye level on that last fight.
Ooh, neat.
Let's see, Lady Nerva.
We have 5 people in the raid that were above 90%.
Ooh, I was 67.
Dang,
That's not
dude.
bad. That's blue.
Come
All right.
on.
I have leather gloves for realsies to roll for, and I have an agility
80,
strength trinket
80,
that
only
does some
80.
stuff. So I will roll the
Ticking me
gloves
off.
first. Leather gloves, mastery crit. Ooh, those must be good for druids. Look at you guys.
I want with them.
Perfect stats for kitties.
Hey, no, the trinket we both
Right.
wants up.
No.
All right, Musty with an 85. Anybody else? 3, 2, 1. Congrats, Musty.
Thank you, thank you.
And here's a trinket that nobody wants. I'm just gonna shard it. Don't even bother.
And that is the one and only time I'll be on top of the deep meters tonight. So I think I can only go down from here. So I'll see you guys later.
You did a 77% on the last fight. You did good.
I need to step away for just a second. Alexon, would you give me or Ginger, would you summon me, please? I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll stay right here.
Hey, Nolan, can I ask you a
Also,
question?
before I do this, I'm going to just link some. That's up for rolls if anybody wants it. And I'll
I
be
feel
right
like
back.
I'm
I
the
didn't have a chance to
joke
give-
equivalent of Babe Ruth.
Okay, before you roll for that,
nobody
let's
struck
finish
out more
rolling for the
times than Babe
trinket.
Ruth, but I swing for the fences.
All right, looks like
Right, I'll be replacing this, but this gives me healing, but I'm not sure if a 200 damage one will be better.
I mean, it depends on if you want to live longer or you want to do more damage.
I usually go for survivability, so yeah, I'll pass.
okay, that will make somebody very happy. Thank you, Gren. Looks like Yehosa then won with a 52.
Nice. Congrats. Your host has been wanting the trinket forever, dude.
Yeah. There are a bunch of others that are fine for me too. I decided I'm like, well, yo, get it.
That's like the biggest upgrade in here for the ones I have. Like, there's other ones that are good for the spec, but that's like the biggest upgrade.
For these guys, stay close to the wall so we don't get knocked into the other group that we're missing.
Is that trinket good for tanking, Grin? Because I have that on my warrior, but I can't bring myself to use it because I don't know how good it is.
Well, it's a good trinket for tanking, but the one I have is actually good for survivability, so I'll keep it.
No, I meant the one that you linked. Is that good for tanking?
Yes.
Because I have it, and like I said, I have a whole bunch of trinkets, and I can't decide which one to use on my warrior for tanking.
Okay, I put a plate belt that's haste and crit up for rolls. Alright, looks like not Doman. Looks like Cheaty with a 78. Anybody else can roll on the plate belt from Hera?
Gentlemen, lowest roll wins, right?
I like golf. I mean, if that were true, golf would work. It would work for me. I mean, I probably told the story. I've rolled 4 ones in one instance.
I can
Wow.
believe it.
Doesn't it sometimes seem like the random number generator just kind of gets stuck for a few seconds?
It just hates me. Is what it does. That's why I'm still using. I think I got a world quest that got me up to 2 184 trinkets. I had a 171 before that.
I'm running a 158 on my rogue and a 200. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, when I upgraded the 1, my gear score went up by 3.
I started doing the actual like campaign on my rogue, and I finished 4 quests, and it went up like 60 points. Just because I never have anything to run on there. I was running a 151 and a 132 dagger, doing normal this raid. Because I can't remember the name of the raid.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay,
all good.
pause it here at this hallway.
You can trade that belt to Cheaty, Hera.
Sounds good. Congrats,
Thank you.
cheating.
I still have not sharded anything for this group, so I'm pretty impressed.
Boom.
Sharded stuff I've replaced, but I haven't sharded anything from here.
I try not to shard things, I put it in the bank.
Ah.
It just sits there.
Alright, let's pull some more trash here, huh? You have to get up inside this red cloud to DPS or heal. Oh my, those traps are a little dangerous tonight.
There's a few of them.
Wait to pull the next group.
Only because we had to stack up, it's kind of hard to see them damn things.
And when you strafe, you run into somebody else's.
Exactly. I popped like 2 or 3 of them there because of that.
Only reason I like
Oh, I thought those gave you a buff.
Doesn't hurt anyone.
No, the blue ones give you buffs.
I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Thank you. Kiddo got a BOE.
Wow, kiddo.
Nice.
Is this starting again?
He's the king of BOEs.
But
Is that like your 4th or 5th one in this raid?
no, this was last expect. This is my first. But it's up for roll for all the clothes. It's 200 gloves.
The gloves?
We got Eds.
Alright, looks like the cloth gloves are going to Peloran with a 72.
Congrats, Peloran.
So my emphasis tonight is survivability, okay? Because I have this ability that basically I take less damage, but it heals myself. So I don't like to use that because I like to cause a lot of damage. But as my friend Ginger said, you don't cause a lot of damage if you're dead. So I'm trying to increase my Oh, hey, your mom redeemed the Horn of Jurgen Winkari. Where? Oh, well, I don't have the Horn of Jurgen Winkari. I'm sorry. It's over there. Actually, I don't have water in it. Oh, hold on. I'll show you the Horn of Jurgen Winkari. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh my goodness, minor freak out. I thought I left some water running and it would have been literally all over the kitchen.
I think that
like an
assassin
hour
was
and a
scared
half
a little
of
bit. As soon
water
as we
dripping,
charged, it
so
vanished
I
right
freaked
away.
out a little bit there.
I would be scared.
Actually, so we got the Horn of Jurgen. This is some water, yeah?
Oh shit, Gurdon on.
Yeah, okay, we got the Horn of Jurgen Winkari coming in. Here we go. To you, your mom, 4786. My friend Winkari gave me this drinking horn. And
Nice. We're gonna go over here and open the gate, the mirror, and then we will go do Artificer. And I would love to get him done before we go on break. If this guy could possibly
Oh,
walk
Mom.
any
Let us
faster.
go.
let's go. So what's going on, your mom?
It's an RP walk.
Tell me about yourself. Your mom.
Harris should know RP walks very well.
I trained him.
Bump up.
That's where he got it from. Okay.
Bump up the table a little bit here. There we go. Down like this. Put this down. Oh, it gives me a little rest in my arms. Love it.
What? What? Oh,
Your
fuck.
mic is open.
Sorry, I gotta go for a few minutes emergency.
Okay.
Okay.
This mirror should prove useful.
Alright, everybody stay back here. We don't want to pull that extra ad out there.
Prayers ascend for whatever the emergency is. Prayers ascend for whatever the emergency is.
That was Yoho, right?
Absolutely
That-
not.
Terra, I
Star.
think. Oh.
I don't have emergencies. I fixed them.
Oh, Mom. Much love. I have school,
No,
so
when
I
you have
need to
an
sleep, but
emergency,
have a good
I
night.
get worried.
Thanks, man. Thanks, your mom. Appreciate you.
Like I was doing COVID testing yesterday at work, and my daughter called me and was like, "I stepped on a nail." Yeah, it was funny.
Fun.
Oh no, it was like a like a pin that you would put like a dammit on, like a little tiny one. Like it was barely in her foot, and she was freaking out about it. It was hilarious. I get back, I was like, I need to come home and pull it out. She was like, "No, don't pull it out. It's gonna hurt." I was like, "It's gonna hurt either way." And then when I got here, they had put Oragel on it to try to numb it.
Nice.
Well, that's an interesting approach.
Because I mean, Oragel is not supposed to be put on open wounds. I know that.
Very nice. All right, if you need to repair, you can go through that mirror, repair, and then come back through. Otherwise, follow the group around this way.
It's okay, Rage Cakes. COVID's not that big of a deal anymore. There's a vaccine that'll kill you right now.
You have to have it first to get killed by it.
You
Like
get the stupid app to work.
in the military, the medical is tier 1 in order to get the vaccine, but it's still voluntary. Of my 40-person platoon, 3 of the 40 people actually wanted to get the 2 series vaccine. And the docs were not one of them. Yep.
When is Johnson & Johnson's one-step vaccine coming out? Do we know?
I'm not sure.
Mid-May.
You put it back until June.
Of course they did.
Merck withdrew theirs.
I feel like just the rapid testing and quarantine is going to be better off than a vaccine ever will. Especially with
Sorry
the way
about that.
right now.
Now health officials are saying you need to wear 2 masks.
So I've tested people with no mask or gloves and still never gotten it. I've actually tested positive people with it and never gotten it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of silly.
There was, I think, 44 positives yesterday when we tested like 200 people.
Well, isn't it the rapid test if you have a cold or anything like that? It could actually
No,
be false
the
positive?
rapid test for the it's basically like DNA of it. It's
Let's just see a couple on the side.
antigen test. So if you had it within the last 60 days, 90 days, you're not supposed to do it.
No, I don't miss many ads.
No, that seems about right.
You're always AFK lower. You just busted yourself.
Ads increases, the group size increases.
Ads stay the same, just the health increases.
It seemed easier tonight with more people.
You'll say that on Sun King.
Yeah.
Prod, you just have to say stuff.
Hey, dude, I don't believe in all that superstition, man. We're good.
Kick
We're
him.
rocking it.
Kick him.
So CC the left side, or right side works.
Hold up, the preacher just said he doesn't believe in superstition.
That kind of, well,
Right.
yeah. I wouldn't call
doesn't believe in
divine
superstition.
action superstition, but anyways.
Stay away from the blue things. It's so pretty.
Stay away from their nice shamans, right?
I'm a dwarf. Real shamans are dwarves. Or gnomes, if they could be.
Wow, that's the first time I haven't died there. This is very exciting for me.
I know,
admit,
right?
I kind of hit around a ledge for a bit.
What happens when you don't stand in things?
Okay, I am going to explain this one a little bit because we have a couple of new people and there's a lot going on. So stay out of white lines and what else? Just stay out of white lines. Okay, and then there's going to be white swirlies around a couple people. We need to put one of those on the orange circle, the other one on the yellow star. Whichever one you're going to run to, just let us know. When it drops, you'll get teleported to the other one and come back to the group. During phase 3, though, instead of the yellow star, we're going to put it at the red X. So the swirlies drop these teleporters, and if you step in it, you go to the other one. We're going to use that for a couple things. First of all, if you get ads chasing you, you need to run very fast. If you cannot run very fast, then take the teleporter to the other end of the room, stand right next to it. When the thing gets to you, teleport back, and then it should go away. We don't DPS them, we just wait for them to despawn. The other thing we use the teleporters for is the blue seeds during phase 2. There'll be blue seeds. Nope, phase 2. There'll be blue seeds to pick up. Run it to the other end of the room. The blue seeds need to be dropped down by the yellow star. Right click click your extra action button to drop it, and then teleport
I'm
back.
always really
Stay out
good
of the
on
blue
this fight.
circles.
I just realized how out of frame I am. I'm
That's
usually
about
very...
that. And then I'm going to put a
Usually
skull
pretty good on this
across the
fight.
room from us. Over there is where the tanks go with their debuff, so stay away from that area and stay out of the big white circles that are pulsing around the tanks. That'll happen once in a while. During phase 3, we put a portal in the middle of the room. That's just in case you can't smash your face into the wall. But if you're getting sucked in, everybody needs to just run up against a wall. So everybody should be standing next to a wall. Let's just say that. Down at the other end of the room, let's see, not the other end, this end. So somewhere between the triangle and the circle, you should be standing right up next to a wall during phase 3. And when we all get sucked in, everybody just run into the wall until it stops. If you get sucked into the middle circle, it hurts and you will die. So do that well, and we will win. Any questions?
No, I recommend just using the portals for part 1, just to train for heroic, because those are faster on heroic.
Yeah. Well, they're fast on normal too, so
yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh.
the portals are a good idea.
You mean the portal when he does the thing you got to release? Is that the section? Oh no, you're talking about in.
No, I'm
phase
talking
1.
about the ghosts that
First
chase
Okay.
you.
Do you know is the sucky drawy thing in any thingy? Is that harder on heroic or is that the exact same?
It's the same. You just
It's
back
the
next
same
to the
thing,
wall
just-
and run when it pulls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you run in right before it goes off, so when you jump out through the portal, it explodes, so you're safe.
Should we get another cauldron?
No, I've got 30 minutes still, so we should be good.
Mine wore off, and I gave you one more.
Mine.
I know why I have 30 minutes. I tried to trade one to Kalen Brog and I used it. So yeah, we can put a
Nice.
cauldron out.
Okay, putting a cauldron down.
Thank you for the cauldron.
Jory's on his way anyways. So.
How's everybody on food?
Well, I have 29 minutes left from the last wolf.
I could use a bite to eat.
3 minutes left on mine.
I'm kind of hungry.
So everybody just take one flask.
I'm feeling a little peckish. I think I'm gonna go get some Pringles, but other than that, I'm okay on food.
I'm gonna eat these strawberry and cream Hershey's Hearts.
We are going to pull this boss and then we will take a break. So just hang with us until we get this kill and then we'll go on a quick break.
Kasha, you ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
You made it. Hera, we can't hear you. We will hit hero when the boss gets over to the green triangle. Now is good, thank you. Okay, we need the yellow one, way off. Okay. The yellow teleporter is in a really bad place, so just watch where you are if you need to use it. It's behind the boss.
We're gonna shift right a little bit.
Okay, now shift back. It's gone.
Going to orange.
Okay, who's that? Nope, you're...
One goes to orange and one goes to star.
Look at the room and plan where you're gonna go if you get the portal.
You can CC show.
The anticipation to use this relic is killing me. Though it will more likely kill
Alright, phase 2, we're gonna get blue seeds on the ground, so pick those up and run them
Dang, I'm
off.
getting wrecked.
Everybody kill Brightstone, break his CC. Back on the boss.
Going close, going close.
Rift blast.
Stay out of the white lines.
Sorry for the steal on the seed.
It's all good. Get out of the blue circle. Out, out, out.
So if you guys all stack next to the wall, you don't have to worry about running from the blue circle or anything but the rifts.
New rifts are coming out.
I go long.
Rage Cake, move further. Blue seeds are out.
Oh, that was close.
All right, we're going red and orange, or sorry, orange and yellow. Yeah, yellow's good. Okay, we have one at skull, so watch for that one.
The borders need to go on the other side, the circle side.
Right, we're in phase 3. So everybody up against the wall. Run all the way up to the wall.
One to middle,
One goes to
Yep,
the middle.
I'm already
Yep.
going there.
That's good. All right, then everybody up against the wall.
Well, that timer was off.
Yeah, it was.
Out of the white lines.
Don't chase the boss.
Center. All right. Good job. Orange and red. Seriously, if you're not up against a wall, you better have a plan.
Can I plan to die?
That's probably what'll happen.
Watch the white lines best you can here.
Okay, orange and red. Orange and red. Nuria's going to orange. Orange. Get out of lines.
Against the wall, everybody. Up against the wall. Those portals are not in a good spot. Keep running, keep running.
Just kill it.
Orange.
And that's it.
RP.
Woot!
Well done, everyone.
Nice.
Yeah. We got the kill, yes.
Congrats on the kill, guys, but we got to be more precise with these things because we are gonna, when we do heroic, we're gonna have to have our shit together a little better than that. But we did get the kill, so congratulations. Star is on my head if you have something to trade.
Congrats on weapon beads.
I think that's the first time we've downed Artificer before break, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
Woot, that's progression.
And on the first night.
And if everyone stacks together whenever we're doing the portals, it makes it super easy to know where to go. One runs forward, one runs to the left. Like the whole fight just stays stacked the entire time.
So Neria needs a nap now. That's what
Oh
it
my
is.
God, no! He just needs to go to bed. It's what, 4 in the morning there? Jesus.
But maybe that means he just woke
4:30.
up.
4:30, and kiddo too. Wow.
That's
Guys are
dedication,
animals,
guys.
Yeah.
I wonder how I
Yep,
did
it's
on the last
9:30
fight.
p.m. here.
They're our nice Austrian friends, for those who don't know.
I don't miss
Very,
And dude,
very good
like
people.
like Austria isn't even like Western Europe. Like it's like I mean it's still considered part of Western Europe, but my point is like it's
What
pretty
are you
far
talking
east.
about?
Let's do
What?
a 10-minute break
What?
here, guys. We'll be back at
Austria?
33 after. 10 minutes.
It's like southeast of Germany.
I don't
Right
don't
south
miss
of
raiding
Germany,
at that
yeah.
time at all.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's fairly
Ginger, are you
east.
there?
Yeah.
Can I ask
Nobody
a
would
question?
consider it Eastern Europe.
Are you
Yeah, it's
running?
not Eastern Europe, but I'm saying it's further east, so it's later than like for example someone in
What?
Spain.
Hold up, I'll just whisper you.
Okay.
Oh, there's a break. Are you running with staplers? Is that how you've done that 4 times, or somebody else?
No, I'm not running with staplers. I'm running with Baragor, Gorgonosh, and some others. It's like lots of different servers, and we just get together on the weekends and screw off and hit
Nice.
things really well.
Yeah, excellent.
Ginger's actually 2 on heroic now, and multiple. I've gotten 4 sludge fist heads.
Very nice.
Pretty easy to pug it too.
All right, I'm gonna need a summons if I could from you.
Okay, let me do that real quick.
No, I'm when break is over, I'm gonna run back to the. I'll be right back, everybody.
Okay, I'll be back too.
All right, fam. Well, we're gonna throw the music on real quick because I gotta go get some nom noms. So we'll have something playing in the background. So give me a minute.
Yeah, Musty. German time zone was fucking horrible to raid in on a US server.
Yeah, when I am from Germany, so I did not raid when I was living in Germany.
I mean, I did mostly with Australian people because they were closer to my time zone than US was. And more Horde, because there's more raids at 3 o'clock in the morning on Horde than there is on Alliance. advantage definitely. And plus, I was on Area 52, which is a high population server, so like I could pug heroic mythic raids or plus 15s in like seconds.
Okay. I'm back. Thanks, man. Let's see. How did I do on that one? 73. That's not bad. What is the parse percentage? Oh, it's in terms of all Death Knights. Okay.
Say when you're back, Karen.
If he's not back, he wouldn't have heard that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Musty?
Alrighty. Well, I think we're about to get back
Yeah.
started. We're in our break
I'm making
right
the
now.
summoning thing, but I have your potions.
Thank you.
So how's everybody doing tonight? How are things by you? We have this lovely ASMR from my chewing of chips. Let's get some music on to cover that up.
Hey, Musty, where are you?
Right behind you. Thank you, thank you.
This is ready. I'm back.
Yep. Alright, we got healers and DPS. Let's do this.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, that was interesting.
Shay, do you mind switching to heals for this fight?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'd switch it if I could figure out how. Delman got a BOE.
I gotta reload my UI.
Forging them into weapons to turn upon his enemies.
Once I break these bonds, you will be the first to burn! Wrath is your most potent sin, Sunstrider. It will serve us well.
This one's pride and
This one's become so much easier with that new strat of trying to like go on the other side of the room. Rage Cake, are you going to be the MVP again tonight?
I'm gonna need another Death Knight to help prosecutors. I forget what they're called. Brain not working today.
Rach, I was having a hard time hearing that.
Yeah, it's the thing. COVID.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Down and desperate things.
Infusers?
Yeah. My DPS will be bad, but that's okay.
Well, this is more about control than DPS anyway, so.
Okay, for this fight, we are going to all stack up in the middle on the skull. And stay behind the big ads when they come out. Okay, there's a lot to explain, so I'm going to do it really quick, okay? There are 4 pillars at the other end of the room. I'm putting markers on them now. We need somebody pretty much constantly to go over and channel on the pillar. It'll take about, I think, 10 seconds to channel, and you need to channel the entire time, or we lose a bunch of healing. The point of this fight is to heal the boss. So channel on the pillars to heal the boss. Anybody can go do it. You get a 2-minute debuff when you're done. So go back after 2 minutes and channel some more. This fight has tons and tons of ads. That's all it really is ad management. So I will call out targets to get down. We are we are going to do during phase 2. During phase 2, we're gonna all run over to the X that's over to the right of all those pillars, and we're going to kite the boss around the outside of the room slowly. Stay out of fire. If you have phoenixes, they're going to chase you and drop plops. So stay out of those. Oh my gosh, that's so distracting, you guys. Stay out of the plops, and if you have the phoenixes, stay back behind the group a little bit so we don't run the phoenixes through the group. And then that's on the shade. Stay out from in front of the shade. Stay out of the plops. And if you get Ember Blast, stack with the group or you will die. Come back to the middle after that phase is done, and we're gonna do more we're gonna do more ads and finish them off. Healers, make sure you're healing those vessels that come up, and when the one things die, I can't think of what they are, they drop an orb. That's for a healer to pick up. Don't pick up any orbs.
Soul infuser.
And user.
Quick.
How do you do that, by the way? How do you make those obnoxious noises?
Talk to the dude in the front that transmorphs you.
I mean, I just open my mouth. People tell me I should.
Yeah, when you talk to that guy, it transforms you into a random dungeon/raid boss.
You could talk to my children. And
I
then
have
which guy?
I have a pair of leather hands to trade mastery crit if anybody needs those. Roll main spec. Leather gloves.
I see.
Another one of those. Nice.
the ethereal transmorpher prod.
Go, Kalen.
Yes, Paloran. One other thing about the pillars at the front.
Dude, he turned me into
if
a night elf
somebody's already
chick.
on it, don't click. You'll kick them off.
Or a blood elf, or when you want
No
to call
more
it a void
things.
elf.
If there's any damage going on next to it, like if there's AoE next to it, don't click it.
Yeah.
I don't think
All
I like
right,
this.
leather gloves. Kaylin Braga, Night
More
Tiger.
things.
Anybody else can roll? 3, 2, 1. Congrats, Kaylin Braga. You can trade with me. I'll put a star on my head.
All right, let's do this, ladies and gents.
Oh,
Let's
maybe
do
don't
it.
click that yet. Okay.
Looks like we could use some food before this boss.
You got it.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
So I'm going
It's
to
a very
prioritize
palatable
staying
feast.
alive.
Lauren, we have to get your Discord fixed because I miss your voice. Do you remember that rap that Whom did when we were raiding in Cataclysm or Pandaria? I was listening to it the other day, and little clips of you saying, I let him die. I let him die. It was so amazing.
Did you deserve to die?
If Lawrence is it so? It's so.
That's right.
Oh, let's scoot in here. Better for my posture. Need some better posture this evening. Ugh. Right, here we do it. Let's do it.
I miss her so much.
Let's do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I need 4
Hi,
people to
face
go up and
warriors.
get those
Hi,
pillars.
Pastor Brock. I was in your Bible study today, and ID, and Tino, you had Twitch. I mean, that explained the whole chat thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, thanks for being here. Hap.
Yeah, don't go to X though.
Good to have you with us, man.
Orange is open.
Triangle's open.
Sorry, this one's
Anytime
kind of.
you see something casting Return to Stone, it will.
This one's kind of
full heal before when it finishes the cast.
intense.
So,
Give me 1 second. I'm on top DPS.
we have to kill it before that happens.
Yee.
Yee. Prodigal heading to square.
Somebody's on square.
Oh, they were hiding behind there.
Now you can get it.
Didn't see you there, Face. You were up against the wall. Sorry.
Where next?
I stole triangle.
I saw.
Triangle's open.
One triangle.
On blue.
Bastions are out.
Still swapping on 3, right?
Hi, face warriors. Also, I might have a huge delay because I am on mobile.
Oh, are you? Well, hey, dude, I'm glad you're here. That's okay. No worries on the delay.
Okay, slow down healing, and let's get these occultists down. Okay, push them over, push them over.
Essence funds.
Getting purple.
Shade, go to X.
Okay, everybody head to X. If you have the Phoenix, you have a red line. Get it behind the group. Get
Run
yourself
the other way.
behind
Run out the group.
Run towards it. Towards it. Run
Run
towards
toward
it.
it. Lauren, run toward it.
Aspartame, run it out.
I have 2 on me.
We had every single possible add up for this.
Yeah, we did. Let's wipe it up, guys. Wipe it up. Stand in red stuff and wipe it up.
We have so many people there, 3 phoenixes.
Yeah.
I counted. Did I count 3 or did I count 4 birds?
Dude, that was nice. Number 1
Depends
deeps
on
on that
somebody
last
killed
one.
one.
I've got a res.
I mean, the portal's right outside.
Well.
Dude, number 1 deeps. Number 1 deeps.
Repair, run back.
Yes.
I put a mark in front of the portal we can take.
Thank you, Shade. Because I was
Okay.
laying down on the job again.
So the timing on that is tricky for pushing him over. I am apparently not great at it. Is anybody else feel confident to call out when we should push him over? He needs to be at
So
45%.
Dude,
one
number
of the things
one
that
freaking deeps.
is apparent to me is
Yes.
that DBM hasn't been updated with the changes to this raid. So the timing from DBM is a little bit off. So that's part of the problem because my timers have been off all night.
Okay.
Let's see, how'd I do on
Ember
that
Blast
one?
is the big stuff on repeat, right?
Yes!
Ember Blast, yep.
Yes!
For some reason that was unchecked on my
You see this? So
DBM.
93% over
If
here.
everyone stays to
That
the
means
right
I'm
of
in
the
the top
boss when he comes down
7%
and you
in
get
the
the Phoenix
world
on you,
on
makes
this
it
boss and
super easy to
damage
run
that
it
I
out of the
did
group
last
so we
fight.
don't drop down to the boss.
Dude, that's epic. That's so exciting. Dude, 90 freaking
Yes, Nutcracker,
3,
that's
dude.
what we were doing before.
90
we were supposed to stack
freaking
up
3.
on
Let's go.
X and then move as a group clockwise around the room.
Yeah. And when we say stack, we mean to like stack, not just sort of run over in that general area. We need to be stacked up. People are dying to Ember Blast because we don't have enough people to soak the circle with them. There's phoenixes and fire everywhere. So if everybody's all stacked up, and then if you have a phoenix, just lag behind a few steps. That's what we need to be doing.
And the trick that we discovered to the Phoenix is run to it and through it and drag it away.
Yehosa, can you say again what you said just now? Because I didn't
So
catch that.
basically, like we're taking the boss to X. If everyone stays on the same side to the boss's right, whenever the phoenixes come at us, we're all on the same side, and we don't have to worry about someone not listening to run out of the group. It stays behind the boss the whole time because no one's on the other side of the boss, and it leaves us room to move forward.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So again, that's just about stacking up.
Let's go, dude.
If you need a weak aura to help with all the crap going on here, I will link it.
And basically, it highlights the ones you're supposed to be attacking. It gives them a glow on top of them.
We gotta get better at dying.
More practice?
Ooh, that was a Peloran.
That had to have been Alexa, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Made
sound
me
clip.
feel smart.
Oh wow, that is Peloran. That's funny.
All right, so here we go. We're going to drop it this one. Dude, number 1 in 30. 1 of 30. Dude, that puts me in the top.
Peloran can't
on
talk,
that
she was
last
supposed
clip
to
of
be
all
figure out
Death
how to
Knights in the
load that
world, I was
before.
top 7%.
Oh, click on it, and then there'll be a little import button. Just click on that, and you should be good.
Okay.
Taking a minute, but it should be alright.
Goodness.
Do we have about 30 seconds? I want to adjust something real quick. Do we have 30 seconds, or are we pulling soon?
Go
30
ahead.
seconds. 29.
We have 28 seconds.
27. 26.
Exactly too short of what you need.
That'd be awesome, Miata.
Is time possessive?
Perfect. Good.
All right.
That was in 30 seconds.
It's close
GD,
enough.
let us know when you're ready.
I'm good to go. Go ahead.
Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Going. Done.
Get those red circles out.
Going circle.
Blue is open. Purple's open.
Purple.
Oh dear.
I'm on orange.
Red triangle.
Do not allow them to interfere.
That orange one is finished.
Yeah, all the druids should have hots on the boss.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure
I got blue.
deaths are swift.
I'll
Orange
do
is
green.
open.
Again.
Blue's open. Orange is open.
Got orange.
Green is open. Purple's open.
Going green.
Purple.
I'm off orange.
I got blue.
Orange is open.
Take orange.
Ensure that the deaths are swift.
Purple's clear.
Just hold off on pushing it. Stop healing.
Green and blue are clear.
Allow them to interfere.
Now we should push it.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
Shade, go
Shift.
to X.
Everybody to X.
If you can interrupt or yank the people over here.
I'll take Shade. You take Vanquish.
Stay out from in front of the boss.
All of the phoenixes are going towards the group.
Take him.
Ember Blast, stacking Ember Blast.
Yeah.
Hera.
Res on Hera.
Wow.
Wipe it up. Stand in stuff. Wipe it up.
Hey, Rage, are you still doing those ice chains on the phoenixes?
I can, but 4 of them is a lot. Two are easy. 4 would be.
Gotcha.
So I might need more help on that if we're going to do that.
I'll drop Earthbind Totem too.
Which boss is sent you?
Yeah,
The good thing is people paying attention and actually running out when you have it on you. Don't let it get halfway to the raid before you realize it's on you.
Yeah.
Well, I ran mine out, and as I was running back in, I got ember blasted and didn't get stacked quick enough.
That's what happened to me.
That's crappy timing. I
I
mean,
was way far away with a bird on me, and Ember Blast came up shortly after.
one death
Exactly.
as opposed to the whole group dying from being in fire is a little acceptable loss.
Become palatable. Thanks for the feast, everyone, by the way.
Wonder how I did on that second one. I think I did better on the second pull than I did the
Why we
first.
kite the boss around the room, the phoenixes shouldn't catch up to the group if possible. So priority is to stack. Only if you see a phoenix is really on you, run it out. But normally you shouldn't have to if everything works perfectly.
And if you can CC it and not kill it, it's best because you kill it, it's just going to res somewhere else.
Yeah.
Um,
Slow them, totem, root.
Can you fear them?
I don't think you can fear it. Usually it's like slows, stuns.
Only slow, I think. Slow and stun, but
have you tried Frost Nova?
yeah, it works for a few seconds.
Okay, Frost Nova works, and then your slow spell works, and Ice Chains from the DKs. Roots
I don't
even will slow it down a half a step, right?
know if Earthbind is going to work, but I'm going to throw it down.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so just stack. Tanks should be aware if they are catching
Thanks,
up,
Musty.
fight them faster, but it should work.
You think Shadow Fury would work?
Stun, it should.
Yes.
So
94.
So
yes,
I'm just
dude.
gonna say it one more time, just because we're talking about it. I want to make sure everybody understands. We're pulling the shade over to that end of the room where the red X
It's
is,
93 last time.
and
94
everybody
now.
should be stacked up right behind the shade. The whole group should be stacked up right behind the shade, and I mean stacked, because Ember Blast. You know, I was stacked with the where I should be, and I still died to Ember Blast. So everybody needs to be stacked up right behind the boss. When you get a phoenix on you, move away from the group, either toward the middle of the room or back behind the group, further behind the boss, because we don't want the phoenixes to end up in on top of the group. We're also going to have people slowing and stunning the phoenixes and freezing them in place so they don't get so close over the time. The way that we get out of that phase and get rid of those stupid phoenixes is to DPS the boss down far enough. So that is our priority, is to get the boss, the shade down during that phase and keep the phoenixes out of the group. Okay?
Can I make a suggestion just like for when we're transitioning? Can we start moving with the ads towards that before we transition? That way we're not, if we do have ads up when we have the boss, we can AoE them down and we're not getting like cast on the whole time.
Yep. I'll call it out when he gets to like 42%. We'll all start running.
And when she does that, that means focus the casters. Like even if the big guy's up and the assassins, the casters are the ones we want to kill first if we're transitioning.
Grandmar, before you well,
Did I miss the feast?
Yes, you did.
Crud.
so I was going to ask, do you want to take the shade first, or whoever's got the vanquisher takes the other tank will take the shade, and then we'll swap vanquishers and the shade at the same time?
So whoever has the Vanquisher will take the shade because you already have stacks.
Right.
And then whoever doesn't have anything will take the Vanquisher if it's up.
Got it.
Does anybody have any feast equivalent food I can buy?
Yeah, who's this?
Prodigal, I'm in the back of the room.
I only have haste. Do you want that?
I think I got 10 stat. All right, that's good. Oh, and mana bun. I don't think I need a mana bun.
I have a 30 haste if you want.
Sure, that'd be great.
Prodigator?
Yes. Hey, hey.
You answered to it.
See, I thought that was like sincere concern. All right, I'm good.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring it, those traitors! Stop them!
Blue is open. Purple's open. Green is open.
Getting purple.
Oh,
Red, green.
Put your hots on the boss.
Orange is open.
Blue.
Blue is
Getting
open.
purple after he moves away.
Purple open.
Green is open.
Heading to green.
I'll get
If
purple
you-
next.
If you are melee, you don't need to go stand in line at the pillar. Stay in DPS and run over there if
Blue's open.
anything is actually open.
I've got orange.
Open.
Oh, somebody's shooting. Yeah, purple.
I'm on blue. I got orange.
Purple's up.
Blue's up.
Got an assassin on me.
Going to purple.
Green is open, orange is open, blue is open.
Additional guards are on duty. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
Blue and green and orange are open. I got orange. 43%. Move over to the red.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
Okay, shade is coming
You
down.
come over, they will follow.
Let's get interrupts on those.
Stack.
You got
Red
birds on
Vanquisher.
you. Move towards, please.
Let's move. Fire.
Switch.
And the occultist can be CC'd, so like shoot them if you have to.
Looking.
Raging's down.
Shade.
Additional guards are on
Move them out of the fire.
Ensure that their deaths are swift.
Okay, that phase is over. Stack back up near the skull.
Heading to
Get that
square.
vanquisher down.
Do not allow them to interfere.
Miniarism.
Res infusers are out.
Everybody on the soul infusers. Get them down fast. Keep them CC. They need to be stunned, or they need to be stunned to be interrupted.
Someone's eating on Discord.
Someone's not pushing button.
Arathar. Heliorbs up front.
Arathar, your push to talk is on.
Okay, pillars are open. Everybody should be stacked back up with the...
Dolman's at green.
I'm on purple.
Blue is open.
I got hit.
We have 2 vanquishers out.
I'm going orange.
Kill the skull.
About a res?
Let's call it. Let's just wipe it. Everybody stack up and stop healing.
Dude, I've been crushing this. TZ #1 every single time, bro. Every single time.
Do not release. Do not release.
Do not release. Take your hand off the button. Thank you.
See that little note that popped up from DBM?
There are a couple of us over here by red and orange. I'm not sure you can reach us.
Sorry, look at you.
Let's see, how'd I do on that third pull? Another 94, dude. I'm crushing it.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Okay, well that was definitely an improvement, so let's just keep going in that direction. Really try not to panic. Just keep a calm mind. Remember what you're supposed to do. We're calling stuff out as we go, where you should be, what you should be doing. So just keep your rotation up and...
It seemed like a lot of the pillars were open. Did anybody else have an eye on that? See if that was the case?
There were a couple times when I'd call it out and nobody ran over there, so... I mean, that's just a matter of assuming someone else is going to do it. Just take a peek over there. If nobody's running, run over there.
Try to stay on cooldown on that debuff.
I think there's a lot of confusion on some people are saying, hey, triangle's open. I think either we should, like, it seems like we could maybe clean up comms a little bit if you just said the raid icon as you're going towards it, you know, because then there would be confusion. Triangle being open versus triangle heading to triangle. I don't know, maybe that clean up comms.
I think I'll just call out when they're open and to remind people to run over and just, I don't know, just pay attention.
Because there's been a lot of times where like 2 people are heading to the same one, and I think that, you know, that causes some loss of DPS.
So at that point, if there's 2 people available to heal DPS, there's only an issue.
Star has a question.
Yeah, when like the last 2 times I've died, I've had a Phoenix on me. I ran and tried to go to the back of the group, and I got smushed. The next time I got one, I ran to the back and then tried to get towards the middle of the room, and I got smushed. It just seems no matter which way I go, whatever I do with this thing, I'm just getting smushed. Am I doing something? Am I missing something, or is it just going to happen because I'm squishy? I don't know. I'm trying to
The
do
problem
what.
is, during that phase, we have casters up. So when you run out of the group, you're running closer to them, so you're going to be their focus target. So as a mage, when you run out, if you got a caster up, or if anyone's got like a hex or a sheep or something, we can like CC those so they'll stop casting. That's what I did last time. I just hexed one and then ran away.
Okay.
And
Let
plus-
me clarify.
question,
Was it a good thing to CC when the boss comes or when Kel'Thuzad comes out?
So as opposed to them free casting on us while we're trying to run across, I mean, it might heal them a little bit, but it's better for them to be CC'd as opposed to them just casting on everyone.
Okay.
Just a second reloading.
And then it also could be when you're running out, are you running in front of the boss to go towards the back of the group, or are you running in front of the boss to go anywhere else? Because he does do a frontal that will like one-shot anyone with a tank.
And it hurts us too.
I'm generally trying to stay in the back of the group as best I can.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and if you're standing where you should be and you still die, we appreciate your service.
I laughed at that.
You died for the cause.
That's the time when everybody should be using their personal damage reduction cooldowns. You have warlock cookies, you have potions, you have personal heals, and if all
am out of
that fails you and you still die,
Hello?
sorry.
Can I have some cookies, please?
I just
Cookie
wanted to make sure I
jars.
wasn't missing something.
Cookie jar.
So
It's
well
up.
said.
It's right
Thank
here.
you.
Thanks.
My flask's almost done.
Yeah, this is probably our second to last bowl, if not the
5,
last bowl.
4, 3,
He's gonna die right here.
1.
Put your hots on.
Right. Pillars
Diamond.
are open. Oh, no, somebody's on diamond. Not anymore.
I'm not now.
Do not allow them to interfere.
I'll go to diamond.
Getting blue.
Green
Blue's
I've
open.
got green.
Another interruption from the castle guard. Dispose of them.
Green's open.
I got purple. All of them are open.
I'm going to blue.
I got orange. Alright, all of them open again.
Blue, green, purple, open.
Fools seek to hinder us. Do not allow them to interfere.
Blue, green, purple, still open.
I'm on cooldown for that debuff.
There's only a few people with my head for HP.
Shade. Go to
Shade
X.
is coming out. Go to X.
People with birds, please move them.
Get out from in front.
Everybody should be stacked on square.
Vanquisher.
Get out from in front of him. There you go.
Res Hera. Well, crap. I gotta reset. I'm gonna taunt. Nobody taunt back.
Okay. Let it follow Saphira. We're gonna reset it.
Do not
Nice.
release.
Okay, don't release. We'll res you.
We had a whole bunch of them being dragged right into our path.
Yep.
It is more important than your rotation and anything else that you watch where that line is.
Did we ever figure out if DBN announces when you get it on you?
It does now.
And there's also
DBM
a,
does.
oh, there's also a weak aura that really
Mine's
makes that
been doing
apparent.
If you're using the weak aura that I posted, it says, "Watch your screen, dumb shit. We're trying to get your attention."
Nice.
I didn't write it, but I kind of wish I did.
Shadow Fury does work on the Phoenixes.
Okay, it's that time. Last pull of the night.
Time to win.
Enough playing games.
Isn't that what this is?
Now it's serious.
Well, I didn't die. That's progression.
Can I just ask one quick question?
Yes.
So when the tanks are going around the back of the room, can we pull that faster? Like, or can we try to like kite them faster? Because I think we'd be able to save a lot of damage from
Fire
fire
lays
on the
behind
ground.
is killing people.
Okay, sure. Let me strap on.
Because we got lots of room here. And we could probably even go halfway to the other side of the room, or all the way to the other side of the room.
We have two phases.
Oh,
Does
does
the
it
fire
stay?
disappear?
I think the fire
The fire-
disappears.
It disappears once the new one comes out.
Yeah, heroic it stays. At least quite a bit longer.
So Hera, don't wait for the cast. Just keep walking like RP walk around the room.
Roger that.
Hera can do that.
Keep walking, keep walking.
Usually that does tend to make it harder for melee to DPS, but we'll keep it moving.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bring it, those traitors! Gods, stop them!
Green is open.
And green.
I've got orange.
It's open.
Blue is open.
Purple is purple is taken. Blue is taken.
Green's
I got
open.
orange deck.
I got green.
Boss, I see.
More of those fools seek to hinder us. Do not allow them to interfere.
Need hots.
Blue.
Green is open.
Open.
Do not allow them to interfere.
Sector's open. Full open.
Diamond.
Orange, purple, blue. Green. Okay, we're good.
Going blue.
Purple, orange, green.
Another interruption from the castle guard.
Get your hots on them, guys.
What percentage is Kel at?
40.
44.
Right now, here he goes.
Get that.
Run to this. Run to the X. Let's get all DPS on the Vanquisher. Don't worry about the boss until the Vanquisher is down.
You have birds on you. Move them away from the group, please.
I thought we were supposed to move the group.
You still don't want it to run across the middle of the floor because you want to keep the fire to the minimum as possible.
Oh, I res wrong for Noah.
And that's a wipe.
Yep, wipe it up, guys. Wipe it up.
Mezundra,
can we get one
have
more?
you ever thought about Diablo 3?
No, actually, we're going backwards. We'll start right here on Thursday when we're fresh. Knock it out quick.
Anybody up for a mythic?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Alright, guys.
Mel, no,
thanks for raiding tonight. Thanks
I've
for
not.
coming.
I've
I
not
am
played
so
in
excited
Diablo.
that we have 30 people who want to raid with us. That's so cool. We will be back here Thursday night, 6 p.m. server time, and we're going to start right here. So if you don't know what's going on, or if you just want a refresher, please watch a video. I like the Fat Boss videos. Hazelnutty is great at talking about the mechanics. Fat Boss gives you a little more of the strategy. So maybe watch them both. We're going to
Mezundra,
do this, and then we're going to go into council. So watch that fight too, and we'll see you here on Thursday.
And a super easy way to learn it. Pug it.
Mezundra,
It sounds fucked
same
up. I know
people
people
who
don't like the
made
pug.
WoW.
But you kill somebody in a pug, who cares? You kill somebody in a normal raid, kind of sucks, but you can kill everyone you want in a pug,
no, it's true,
but
Mel.
you're also learning how to do it.
I like that mentality right there.
I like it.
There's
I
also
mean, that's how I learned all
another
of them.
mod too that I don't remember what the add-on is called, where you can learn the mechanics of the raid bosses while not in the raid. I
that's
have
cool.
it shared to VK's Facebook, but I will put it the name of it in Discord as well.
Awesome. Also,
Good night,
someone
Aria.
mentioned a website you could go to see what the different things look like, mechanics. Does anybody remember what website that is? Did Kashi just say?
I never knew that. I was just learned by dying.
YouTube.
I think so.
If I can stand in it and not die, that's how I learn.
Kaylin, I can't hear you. You said WoW Analyzer and what? And wipefest.gg. Two good websites to go to. All right.
Logs are up.
Logs are up. There's a VK chat that has logs, so check that out. I'll also remember to post them on Facebook.
If you update your character on there, they should all be up because I already uploaded all mine.
Thank you.
Did that, Callan? They're in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
I've got the it's called X Practice. I have a link to the Wowhead thing. You can get it in CurseForge. It's in VK Unity chat.
Yeah, that was worse than that last one.
Okay, let's switch channels.
Yep.
Good night, y'all. Good night.
Catch you.
Night.
What do you want to run, Prod?
Oh, I'm down with whatever. I mean, I've got.
I don't have a key.
I have a key for. Where's my key? I got a key for the other side 7. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm down. Just let me know what you need. My warrior or my my shaman. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'd say probably your chamois.
Okay.
Unless you're gonna tank it. Were you talking about doing prod?
No, I can't. I have the gear to tank. I don't have the trinkets to tank it.
Yeah.
All I have is DPS trinkets, especially not on a bolstering week.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to run with us?
They all said no.
Okay.
There's only 4 of us now, anyways.
Oh, and the entire the guild. Chat
Someone
right
is trying
now?
to talk, but they're not coming through. And I also just realized that I had my loot specialization on elemental and not enhancement.
Oh, rough.
Well, there was nothing on those 2 bosses that was worth the shit for enhancement.
By the way, I feel very good. I was the one that got you that trinket. You've been looking for a 200
I have
trinket.
been trying to get that. Well, no, I have 200 trinkets, but that is one of
That's
the better
one,
trinkets.
Yeah.
Because I just got the McCaver sheet music, the 200 in my Great Vault, because I only ran three bosses last week, and then I also have the 207 Dreadfire Vessel, but it's not as good as that one. Go ahead and invite.
One sec. Actually, why don't you do the thing? Because you're good at like getting people, and you have a good way of like. What? Oh, I can't because I gotta leave. Oh, oops, leave party. I'm the raid leader now. Okay, now.
What was it again? You said 7 on the other
7
side?
the other side, yeah. Does the other side have a weapon?
It does. Has a 2-handed haste verse, I believe.
Okay, so actually, now that I got you on comms, I was actually meaning to ask you this. Okay, so I've basically got all of my. I've got the 5 set bonus from the Kyrian, and it's really good. It drops every time you use the flail. It grants
It
70
only
strength
works
for 30 seconds.
outdoors. It only works outdoors. So when you're running a dungeon, it doesn't matter. Like if you read it, it says only works outdoors.
No, well, it says on the first one, the first set bonus, it says increases out of combat regeneration in outdoor Shadowland zones while in your Covenant's realm. The regeneration amount is increased, but that's the 3 set. But the 5 set is it gives you 70 strength for 30 seconds, and it doesn't have any.
That might work then.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I'm not positive. I don't use any of the pieces on my shaman.
So that's what I'm trying. But I'm trying to figure out is okay. So it's 197, but I got some 200 pieces.
Absolutely, use the 200.
Use the 200. Don't worry about
Absolutely.
the
Item level is always going to go unless it's a ring or like a neck piece that the main stat's not on there. Always go with strength.
Okay.
Because your strength is your number one. Because I mean, most classes the main stat is always going to be better than the sum of the smaller stat. So you could have like 100 haste on it, but if you've got like an item level 200 something, that extra that extra strength and whatever stat is on that is going to be better than that itemized stat, unless you sim it. And if you sim it, it says it's better, then go with that. But most of the time, simming it does it. It's not better.
Okay. It's good to know.
The fuck is up with all the melee?
So can I send you stuff to disenchant?
If it's BOE?
Or can you disenchant? Rather, can you disenchant it if I put it up in the trade window?
I'm not sure. I would have to check. I haven't tried in a long time. After we get done with the second try on my priest, depending on how late it is, because I'll probably be able to do one of these. I got to get up at 4.
You have to get up at 4, and are you in Germany?
No, I'm in Georgia right now.
Oh, you're in Georgia now. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I have to get up at 4 because I have to go do more COVID testing tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Being in the position of leadership now makes I have to work later. I can let all the other dudes go home early, but I can't.
Yeah, because it seems biased.
Well, it's not even that. It's I still have work to do. It's like they do all the little menial tasks, and I've got all the admin stuff. So, and we had a replacement platoon sergeant come in, but he got in trouble for a integrity violation in the school, so he got yanked pretty quick.
An integrity violation?
So he decided to add stuff to his uniform, like badges and awards and stuff that he hadn't earned. And he was at school to be E7, and he got what's called Distinguished Honor Grad, and they have to do like a little blurb on him for their little pamphlet, and they researched him and saw that he had things on his uniform that he had not earned.
Oof.
So he lost his promotable status.
Oof.
And then got yanked from the platoon and is awaiting disciplinary action.
Oof.
Like I don't understand it when you get up to that level. There's nothing in the army that's hard to get, so you really don't need to fake it to make it if you're already at the point where you're at that level.
Yeah.
I feel like this 203 druid I invited is going to be like high 190s when I actually see what he's got equipped.
Alright, so we just need a tank.
Oh, I put the wrong.
All right, chat. I think I'm gonna call it a night. We got 3 people in here, and I don't feel like entertaining you people. So have a good night, chat.
I'm gonna
go
hop
ahead.
over to our Discord.
So yeah, let's do that. I'll be right there. All right, au revoir. Take
Phantom
care.
Mythos.
Good night.
I see how it is.
I'm just kidding, Phantom. No, but you know.
Phantom Mythos.
Good night,
Good night.
friend. Yeah, no, much love, friend. Take care. God bless, guys. We'll see you later.